Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
We here to talk playoff basketball, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
been fun, too. It's been fun.
You were the last person I would expect to say it's been fun, considering where your team is at right now.
Well, I'm still an NBA fan. I'm still an NBA fan.
Are you an NBA
My
fan
favorite
first,
type of
Laker
people.
fan second?
Yeah.
My favorite type of people.
That's fair.
I don't police what people do, but that's the mentality it should be. Because unless one of these teams pay your
I'd
bills.
rather do that than be like, I'm just hating on every team or I'm against every team that's in the playoffs but my team.
What if the Lakers embraced you, Mike Hurd, as a Lakers fan?
Like you were the ambassador.
I wouldn't go that far now.
Like I was like the Spike Lee type thing?
Not even that far. Let's
I would
say
need to be the ambassador.
New City jersey just dropped. We got to make sure Mike get one. We got to see whenever Mike in the Staples Center, we got to put him on celebrity roll. Like they embrace you as a fan.
Are they putting him in the arena? What you mean whenever he's in the arena?
He said that he's in celebrity row.
Yeah,
Well, Mike probably got the bands to sit a celebrity roll, but they show him on the jumbotron. Mike
even
Hurd.
if Mike had the bands, he would
Numbers
find
on the
other
board.
things to do with it.
I would say nah.
Ah.
Nah. I mean, it's just not worth not being able to enjoy basketball. No pun intended.
Sound like Adam Silver.
So, how y'all feeling today, though?
I'm
feeling
feeling
pretty
good.
good. I kind of freaked out this morning.
Uh-oh.
I was sleeping so good, I thought I missed the podcast. Like I woke up and I was like, I'm sleeping too good. Like it feels like it went way later than it should have.
Makes a lot of sense.
But I woke up and it was 7:30 and I was like, bro.
I feel that. I feel that.
I woke up and watched a little podcast while I was not a little podcast.
I was about to say, damn. Why's podcast
I don't know why I
gotta be
say.
little?
I don't know why I say little. I don't know why I say
Damn, it
little.
was equal to saying enjoy basketball was corny.
No.
No, small ball. I mean,
I was saying
small ball.
little because I don't think it was long.
It was like 50 minutes.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say little. I don't know why my mind went to little.
Y'all don't know. It cut because Darrick got down on Pierre, right? He said little podcast. He had to defend tag team meals.
Yeah, I wish that was actually the reason. Because the real reason, I don't think we need to be stopping the podcast. I'm going to say that now. Going forward, we're not stopping the podcast because of that. Going forward. Yeah, we're just going to keep going. Anyway, I didn't mean to say little.
You good.
I didn't mean to say little.
No disrespect.
It was shorter than I anticipated. But I said all this to say, I was impressed, boy.
Why you say that? What did I do?
Because you like
He the
role,
facilitator.
yeah,
of the
the
show.
role you play on that show is far different than anything I've ever seen you do. And you kind of like teeing Reese up, making him comfortable. You giving him credit. You know what I mean? You keeping the conversation flowing. You making sure there ain't no empty spots. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I was listening to while I was getting ready, brushing my teeth and everything. And I'm stopping like, look at D Mills, my boy, proud of my boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all,
I tried to a
y'all was
little
doing
bit.
y'all thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm like, look at D
If
Mills.
only you could go on Spotify and listen to it.
Now I meant to ask you that.
I got to get the podcast cover on me. I'm about to. I was on the site yesterday and I saw
Okay.
everything I need to do.
Okay.
So I was.
We was in Discord yesterday, and I called your name. You ain't say nothing back, but I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, no. I saw what I had to do, and now I gotta get a cover on me and everything.
Yeah, y'all was in there doing y'all thing, chopping it up. We need Reese to stop blurring that background.
For real.
I don't know what's in his
We
background.
know that room junk.
I think that's why you do it.
That room be just clean up the room.
Blur. I
You
just
can
don't
do
like
the
the
thing.
blurred background on. What is that y'all using?
Zoom.
Yeah, I don't like how it look on Zoom.
Yeah.
It look
Yeah.
overly.
Just
Or
take
just a
it to
green
the
screen.
side.
Zoom
Take it out
do
the camera. Take it out the
Zoom
frame.
do a better job with the background. It don't have to I don't know. They make it look too distorted. But yeah, all of that to say, you was doing y'all both did your thing, but to see you in that different role was nice, man. I can't.
Come on, you
Can't
gotta
wait to-
expand your horizon a little bit.
No, for sure. We've been
Everybody
trying to
got
tell you that for a while now.
Happy you listen. So.
Yeah, I did a show with somebody yesterday too, and they was like, "Man, Peter, I don't know why you ain't got your own like." He referenced another show, type show, and I was like, "Man, I was trying to with D Millie. I don't know what he was on." And then my boy was like, "Man, I'll do it with you if he gonna lag." I'm like, "Man, I had to get his money."
Oh man, it's been a whirlwind. But before we get into more playoff talk, let's hope that Mike got a better drop the mic than last episode.
Oh, I do.
You know it was bad
Oh,
because we
my
just.
goodness.
You know it was bad because we had there was almost some empty air there. Everybody was kind of like, "Oh, here we go." But
All right, let's see what he got this time around.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. Which team has been most impressive in the clutch so far?
In the clutch, specifically. Okay.
I know your answer, so give it to us.
You gonna say the Timberwolves?
No, I thought you were gonna say the other team you've been going crazy for. For a
Who?
player.
No, I just meant team. I think there's been a lot of teams.
But I mean, the team is kind of
led
by a player.
It is, but it's everybody's got to be involved though. You know, I think it's a couple teams. You say the Timberwolves came to mind the way Anthony Edwards has been, but I think it's been the others too. The Warriors, I mean, they've been able to pull it out. I think the Knicks not the Knicks, the Clippers Nuggets one is kind of hard because out of their 4 games, 3 have been close, and the Nuggets pulled out 2 of those close ones, even though it feels like they're kind of like, it feels like they're a little step behind. Like the Clippers are the better team, but they've been able to pull it out. I think on the other side, the Knicks have been doing a great job of showing like they're still the better poised team, and they're the older team, and they're getting it done over the younger Pistons. It's a lot of teams that are closing it out. I'm just wanting to say, like, who's been standing out to y'all?
I mean, I think when you talk about the Warriors, I think they stand down in the crunch time, that they're a better crunch time team than the Houston Rockets. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of the mistakes the Rockets make down the stretch of games, it's like, that's just the age showing. Like, Jabari Smith-Jr. had a very bad turnover yesterday that I was just like, ooh, why he passed that back? Like, that it's just stuff like that the Warriors don't. Yeah, something like, but like, that one, like, significantly stands out to me. Because, like,
is that more the Warriors being clutch or the opposite of the Rockets?
See that?
Yeah, dog
I
shit
thought about
in the
that too. The Rockets are just really bad.
Because you got to think about what happened. Jimmy Butler gets fouled on a heave 3 in the corner with 1 second on the shot clock.
And Dylan Brooks isn't even young.
It's like that. That's not. Of course, Jimmy Butler has to make those free throws, but it's nothing that the Warriors did particularly. Hell, the Rockets clamped them up for 22 seconds to get to that point. They happen to hit some free throws, and maybe it's the clutch defense is probably where the Warriors are hanging their hat. Because in that Rockets game, I was so pissed that out of a timeout, their goal was to get a shot on the rim, and everybody crashed the glass, praying that they get offensive rebound. And they didn't draw up a real set. It was Alperen Sengun at the free throw line versus Draymond Green, who's been locking up, and everybody else crashed. And Jimmy Butler gets the biggest rebound of all time.
When I say for him to have an ass bruise,
yep.
For him, you know how me and Terrence don't like your butt muscle when it hurts.
Yeah, bro.
Like it's so much pain. Like your whole.
You ever get a haircut for a long time and you sit in the seat like.
Yeah, and like the fact that he jumped up that high, so out of nowhere and got that rebound is very impressive.
Mm-hmm. My answer probably would be the Warriors, because they have a lot of different ways to do it. I think people look at clutch and they think of just scoring, but I think the Warriors, are very composed. I think they score well. And I think most importantly they defend. But I don't know. Their series has been good. Neither team has been like super sexy in the clutch, in my opinion, which was my point when we talked about the Rockets going into the series about not having necessarily a quote unquote closer. Because last night Fred was doing his best thing to keep them in the game. Yeah. And even the Warriors who had Steph Curry, he wasn't like just give Steph the ball and that's just the way the playoff basketball is. But the better team made better plays. And I think with the Rockets, you can point to the clutch, but it was so many different things throughout the course of the game that showed what you were saying. Like the Tari Eason foul on Jimmy Butler before the half on the inbound.
Yeah.
And it gave Jimmy Butler 2 free throws, which gave him a 2-point lead going into the half.
I think the free throws is a part of itself. Just being able to hit free throws, especially the timely ones down the stretch.
Yeah, they missed 12.
They missed 12 last night. Before that, the first 3 games combined, they missed 35. So 35 plus 12 was 47 missed free throws in the series. Yesterday, they lost by 2.
If we look at it's going to be one of those series when you look at the win margin at the end of it, they're going to say they lost by a collective of 6 or 8 points, and then they missed
how many free throws? 47.
47 missed free throws.
It was 35 going into last night, and y'all said what? They missed 12 yesterday?
Yeah.
47 missed free throws in the series.
And you can even take away the hack of Steven Adams free throws if you want. There's still going to be an overwhelming amount of missed free throws.
I want to give Steve Kerr credit on that one, though. putting in Kevon Looney, who had the freshest lineup I've ever seen Kevon Looney have, came in just to foul.
2 fouls.
And like he like hugged him too. Like, my fault, I got to do this to you. And then it dared Ime Udoka to play the big lineup that was so dominant. If he can't hit free throws and we're ending every possession with 1 point or 0 points, you have to make the decision. Ultimately, he had to pull Steven Adams, and it's like, there we go, chess match, we win.
I think in this series also you're getting a full blown experience of the Jalen Green experience. Like,
I don't know, bro. It's swayed so far in the negative. The Jalen Green experience will be like, here's 26, then here's 12. Here's 32, then here's 9. It's really just that one game where he was,
and it was
ultra electric. And I saw a tweet that was like, basically embodied what I think about Jalen Green. This dude is lightning quick, super athletic, and still has to rely on him being Steph Curry from 3 to have a good game. He needs to hit 6 3. Like, a guy with his athleticism and stuff should be able to score 20 a night, which he did in the regular season, without him needing to hit 7 threes in order to get there.
And he's also so, like, he has a nice handle. He's skilled. Like, when you watch Jalen Green, he's a very good self-creator. No, he's not really out there facilitating like Luka or nobody like that, but he should be able to weaponize his athleticism and his skill set to not just score, but like get guys open and get guys around him better looks.
Last night was a nightmare start. He had 3 turnovers on the first 7 possessions or something like that.
He had some dumbass fouls late in the game, and it was just like I could see why Ime didn't play his second best player. Like, it makes sense. He wasn't doing anything to contribute to us winning.
Yeah.
For one thing about this series, this made me look at Sengun a little bit more. Like, I'm interested in him more as just a player. He's being caught about Draymond, so I can understand some of the rough shooting percentages on some nights, but he's been their go-to option in the half court. Whether that's shooting the ball or just making the play, he's been a relief for them, especially with everybody on the Warriors not caring about if you're shooting the ball. Every time there's a timeout and they showed a little you can kind of look into the huddle and hear what the coaches are saying. Steve Kerr is saying, we don't got to guard these guys. Keep them out of half court and they not going to score. Like, they going to hit some shots, but we don't got to worry about that. And so Alperen Sengun has been able to kind of give them points. And I thought his post hook has been money. You know, I thought that was probably.
I like that one.
Hey, it's probably been
last year.
No, not the last shot.
The last shot, yeah.
I ain't like that one.
It's for the most part, it's been their most consistent shot to go in. It's been that post. It's on Draymond Green for a couple seconds.
I don't like your last second shot being giving it to a third-year player one-on-one against Draymond Green. That just doesn't sound like a good recipe to win.
He was in that fourth quarter. He was doing what he had to do.
Yeah.
So you got to keep going to him. I think the issue is what we just talked about before, which is Jalen Green. The performance from Jalen Green handicapped them because you have 2 options. You are either giving it to Sengun, who he need to get it to get it close to the rim, or you're having Fred throw up a heave.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Because Fred's not getting to the rim or nothing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And when he did try, Brandon Podziemski blocked the shit. So it's like that's the 2 options you have because your best creator is not creating anything right now. And he's 3 of 8 and only took 8 shots and wasn't making good decisions. And then, I don't know, Jalen Green, I've been hard on him for the show just because I felt like there's been things to get better at. I felt like he turned the corner a little bit, but it goes back to that conversation of, consistency. You have to be consistent to be one of those guys. And, Shaq and those guys talked about it a lot after the game. But, yeah, I mean, it's nothing much really to say. You just have to be consistent.
They went into it thinking that a Jalen Green switched onto Steph Curry, like Steph Curry guarding him, was going to be something they can take advantage of, and they haven't been able to. Not even a little bit.
And I think that's a little bit on him because
a lot bit.
Yeah. Because, I mean, when they got that, to me, he was getting past Steph Curry. It's just he wasn't able to.
It's a possession where he wasn't.
Yeah, Steph Curry been doing this thing. But it also was like he's got no driving lanes as well. Like we mentioned, the Warriors don't care.
That was my thing. I didn't think he was able to get to his spots well and just be able to finish. He was able to turn the corner. Like he's obviously quick. It's just he can't get it easier and find his spots and make it like he can't do the 8 points a quarter type thing. Because he can have 14 or he could have 0 in the quarter, depending on what type of shots he's getting.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat the Warriors when you don't have like someone who can shot create. Like you have to put pressure on the rim. You have to be able to go get you they don't really have that. They're that collective thing that they do, I don't think that's enough to beat a team like the Warriors. They're too good defensively. And like you're not that elite. You don't have that elite of shooters either. So essentially, they just like we cool. We gonna play off some of these guys and we gonna dare them to beat.
Hey man, they for them to be as young and not as shooting and all of this stuff you're saying,
they close. They right there.
They in this.
Yeah. It just seems like it's just not enough. Like they defense are able to hold it.
I ain't gonna lie. In some of these games, it looked like enough. They just ain't do what was necessary to do. But it definitely is enough to win some of these games.
The Game 3 game is the one that killed the series, though. Yeah. No Jimmy Butler, and you go out there.
And then Steph Curry gives you almost 40.
Man, what a game from Steph Curry.
Yes, it was.
That was the game you were supposed to win, right? You saw that they came into your house and they split. You were supposed to come into their house and split. But after they lost that, and then obviously last night lost, I was going to ask y'all today, which of the 3-1 series do y'all have the highest chance of like going to 7 or potentially the other team winning? This is not that for me.
No, this isn't one of
This
those.
might be, it won't be dead last because we're going to talk about Damian Lillard and his injury, but I just can't see it. I just can't see it on this
I can't really say any other series.
Me either.
But I mean, I guess the Lakers have the best team that's down 3-1.
Yeah, that's like the only one I really.
But I don't see
have
it there
some hope
either.
for. I could see them going to LA and winning and then losing to Minnesota. That's probably how I can envision.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
I think the Warriors are 5.5 point favorites tomorrow. So who knows? Who knows? Well, what's next for the Rockets? Like assuming that they end up losing this in 5 or 6.
Kevin Durant.
You think it's just simply Kevin Durant?
I don't know if it's going to be simple, but I know that they would be. So the one thing that I'm loving about the playoffs and the end of the season is it looks like there's a lot of teams that are going to have to go into the offseason and like be dramatically different.
Yeah.
You saw what Bam Adebayo said at the post-game interview last.
Pretty much all the teams is getting eliminated right now.
Yeah. Bam went up to the podium, said, I expect big changes, knowing how Pat Riley get down. The Grizzlies, as soon as they ass got popped off after that 51, everybody like, oh, man, and the writing was on the wall when you fire your coach a couple weeks before that. Who else just got eliminated?
Well, they haven't got eliminated yet.
Yeah, it might be a couple teams tonight that get eliminated.
There's one more team that I'm thinking about.
The only teams eliminated right now are the Heat and the Grizzlies.
Who else fired their coach? Oh, the Suns are going to have to make drastic differences.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's just and now the Rockets. So it's like, yeah, every team that's getting eliminated, and some of these playoffs, a lot of teams are getting exposed for not being as good as we potentially thought. And I would imagine if the Clippers won their series, we would go into the offseason saying, damn, the Nuggets are going to have to make some drastic. Oh, the Magic are going to have to make drastic differences to improve that roster with Paolo and Franz. They're going to have to. So we have a good 6 or 7 teams we just named that cannot come back with nearly the same team. You just cannot. Nobody trying to see some of this shit.
It might be a seller's market.
Yeah.
If you're one of those teams, they got a bunch of good role player veterans, it might be your offseason to pop some people off at high value.
This is like I could see Cam Johnson, the Nets being like, see, that's why we kept him.
Yeah.
Because now they desperate. You got to make some type of move. And then, once that one team makes the move, everybody got to try
to read and react.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you end up like this year's Denver Nuggets, where everybody got better and you stood the same.
And then don't let
they finna come back with the same roster.
Don't let the Timberwolves. Imagine the Timberwolves going a little run. They wrap up their series. Who would they play next round?
I think that's the hardest team to look at. The Nuggets I'm talking about is the hardest team to look at and see other people in different jerseys. Like that starting 5 has been together for so long. I guess minus KCP now, but Jamal Murray and Jokic has been the duo.
Those are the only 2. I could see Porter Jr. wearing a different jersey. I've already seen.
I always think about what his. I take it back a little bit because MPJ is like he's a really good shooter.
Yeah.
But again, he's one of the Nuggets value him probably more than a lot of other teams do.
Oh, for sure. Because a lot of teams just don't have that Jokic that can just demand a double team, 3 bodies looking at him, and he's just going to find them. Like, not everybody's going to have that.
I think Aaron Gordon, regardless of what happens, stays on the Nuggets with those other 2.
Yeah, I think Aaron Gordon's I think he's staying there. Just because I think he compliments Jokic so damn much. Like, he's really like the perfect 4-man next to him. You need that defensive guy next to Jokic at that 4.
They call him Mr. Nugget. Because after they won the championship, he was in the streets with all the fans and stuff.
Yes, he was.
Mr. Nugget.
For real, I'm with you, though. I can't see Jamal Murray in another jersey for
nothing. We already saying Jamal and Aaron Gordon probably just not going. So
they don't got MPJ.
Christian Brown not going nowhere.
But I think that's all they need. I don't think they needed I never looked at them and was like, they need to trade 3 of these
They need
guys.
some a little bit more depth.
But like,
Depth is the big thing.
trading MPJ would be drastic.
Yeah.
Coming back to a team that watching the Nuggets next year and there's no MPJ, I would
That's
be like,
why when we
wow.
was doing that trade machine stuff, it was so intriguing to try to trade him because the contract is so high. And honestly, if I'm the Nuggets, getting depth or getting 2 people for the one might be worth it.
Yeah, but who also got 2 to give you? And they also have no draft picks to trade. So it's like, that's also one thing that's really pigeonholing them is that they have no valuable picks.
So it's how to get creative. Y'all fired y'all GM, whoever you bring in,
Yeah.
gotta do their job. That's what you get paid for.
I wouldn't want that job.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
I mean, the Suns, didn't the Suns do that? Where they traded away a pick to get, someone traded draft picks this season where they traded a later first-round pick for more first-round
That was the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Suns. So, yeah, you might have to do something like that.
But you just said they don't have a draft pick to trade.
Oh, yeah.
One might open up.
Yeah,
There's
one-
a
yeah, I was about
timeline
to
where
say
some
one might
opens
open
up.
up.
Okay.
It might
Yeah.
be.
You was not about to say that. You just said, oh, shit, didn't say I was about to say it. You was not about to say that.
That's like that clip we did NBA name game, and the name was Colin Sexton, and you were saying "tuh," and I said Colin Sexton. You said no, I was gonna say that. Like, no, you wasn't. They were in the comments like you said something way different. You was not about to say no damn.
Hey,
Colin
that video
Sexton.
that dropped yesterday,
It was very eye opening.
he had, what was I opening?
I realized that you didn't do anything in that in real time, but watching it back,
Yeah, it was crazy.
somebody, the number one comment said Mike got first row tickets to watch this one, and that's what it felt like.
Man, bro.
There was a part where Darrick says, oh, and me and Maddie like, and he didn't say nothing. And KB was like, the historic Darrick, ooh, and he says, followed by nothing.
I was struggling so bad in that one. I felt bad because the other ones that we did, like when we were doing the prior ones, I felt good. Like it was clicking. It was clicking.
That's
Those
how I
did
felt
not
during the
click.
previous one.
Hey, our viewers are insane, by the way,
Why?
because it was a lot of comments that, oh man, P a comedian today. Like, this is the energy I have because Maddie was there. Like, this is what I do in every episode.
Bro, I feel like people don't even really be feeling like that. They just got to make sure they get their
They wanna
They
say
want
comments.
the, they want the
something?
comments. Hey,
Yeah.
keep leaving comments though. It helps us out.
Yeah.
a ton.
Yeah, do y'all
don't even
thing,
understand.
but be not delusional.
All right, let's get to some heartbreaking news. Damian Lillard, torn Achilles. He went down, and I didn't think it was Achilles because he was holding the front of his ankle, like when he went down.
Yeah.
And obviously, Chris Hayes first came and said that they feared that it might be an Achilles, and Shams Charania confirmed it the next morning. And obviously, the series is over for Milwaukee, but this is way deeper than that. Like, Damian Lillard's about to be, 35 years old, small point guard, who was already on the opposite side of, like, his career. It's scary stuff, and I just want to send my prayers to Dame and his family. He's in high hopes. His Instagram post made me believe that. But, like, I don't know if we're going to get Dame back, man.
I thought it was Achilles when I first seen it.
For real.
But I was like, I started to tweet, and I'm like, let me not put that in the air because his reaction was not, some people be like in agony.
Yeah.
His reaction was kind of like, damn.
I feel like most of the Achilles injuries, we don't see like an ACL. They usually feel the back, they look back, and that's kind of it. And they like hobble off.
I didn't see anything, and then he fell, and he kind of sat there, and he had this look on his face like, wow.
That picture's heartbreaking.
And I was like,
Yeah,
oh, it's an Achilles. And then they showed him kind of like getting carried up. I'm like, oh, maybe he just twisted his ankle. Let me not put Achilles in the air. And so then the notification came, and I was like, dang.
Yeah, that shit was. It was sad to see.
I had a lot of tweets. Check up on Darrick. How are you feeling? As like
Check up on Darrick.
I'm being real though. If my favorite player
Yeah, no,
hurt himself like this, I would. How are you feeling?
No.
it was detrimental.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, yeah, you do got to check up on Darrick. He's probably ass naked in them dames.
Oh, you crazy.
bopping
This
that
was for
flow.
him. This is for him.
It was that shit was,
Tears rolled down his cheeks. I said, poor Angie, like, I'm just trying to finish my work. Darrick say, you must ain't got the news.
that shit was sad, man. It was very reminiscent of when Derrick Rose went down. Like that heartbreak was even that shit hurt. So seeing this, it hurt. Just cause like he was dealing with that calf injury since like last playoffs, and like it's been something that's been lingering, and he had the blood clot, and for it to end up like this when this team really needed him, it's just like he went out there when he probably didn't have to try to give his team a chance. And that just shows you how dedicated he is to that team and how dedicated he is to trying to win, which is something he's been since he came into the league. Like, he's always wanted to win. He's been a winner since he came into the league. No, he hasn't went to the finals and carried the team to the finals and won finals MVP, but Dame has been a winner his whole career. He had that Portland Trailblazer team being higher and better than what they were supposed to be. He was supposed to be the saving grace to the Bucks, and then it didn't work out. It wasn't the sexiest, but I think he did what he could do. It took him a while to jail next to Giannis, and it's just sad to see him go down because I thought this was going to be a game-changing game for them. Like, this game 4, they just won game 3, and having him back, it just relieves so much pressure off of Giannis that to see him go down, especially that early in the game, it's just like, fuck. And you felt the momentum shift from that point. Like, the game was completely in the Indiana's favor at that point.
I was watching the game and it says Damian Lillard would not return. I checked out of that game completely because at that moment it was like, okay,
and I think the Bucks players did too.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
When you was giving your little spiel just now or whatever, for some odd reason I almost started laughing. I just remember Dame. Did they win game 1 in the bubble against the Lakers?
Yes, he did.
Put some fucking respect on my name. There wasn't nobody in the crowd. Like, the bubble was a wild time when you look back. I love that moment. What's the fucking respect?
I think
on
the
my
virtual
name?
fans was so underrated during that time.
Oh, yeah, when they put him on a little.
Yeah.
Especially when it was like a 3-0 series and
Remember,
people brought their real brooms.
Lil Wayne was in the crowd.
Russell Westbrook did the same thing. Then he just jabbed out and there was nobody in the crowd.
No, wasn't it like
They
some
stitched
baby?
it so it was like the babies.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't real. Somebody edited
Oh,
so it was like
okay.
the kids of the players were there. But no, Dame,
That is crazy, though. You score a big bucket, you look at the crowd, let's fucking go. And it's the wives and the
Yeah, you feel like you in the YMCA. Praise up for Dame, though, man. I know
praise
that
out for him.
The real heartbreaking thing about this for me, and I'm gonna speak in depthly on it on either YouTube or like tee it up tomorrow. I just hate how this went for Dame because he, like, with this injury now, he ain't get. I ain't saying this in a disrespectful way. He ain't get shit out of Milwaukee.
yeah.
He
They
did.
ain't this whole move ain't give him shit. He could have been without this, to be honest with you. He went through all of that, didn't really want to leave. Then it got to a point where he kind of had to, from Portland's perspective.
Then he had the personal stuff.
With his wife and everything, and then he come here.
Didn't even want to be a Buck initially. Like, he didn't want to go to Milwaukee. It wasn't one of his teams.
And I don't think all of this was anything he really wanted. I think he would have been cool doing this shit in Portland and just thugging it out. But once they got scooped, it's kind of like, damn, you kind of have to. Now you kind of pigeonholing them.
Yeah.
And
I think it might go down in history as the biggest example of the grass is not always greener.
Yes.
Like, we're going to say this about, I think we're going to have to talk about what happens next with Giannis because if Dame's out for an Achilles, at minimum it's 8 months, which puts us in December of next season.
He's missing next year.
I'm just saying the minimum is 8 months.
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, you got to think about what's next. I mean, even with Dame being healthy, we were questioning what's next for Giannis. So, with him not being there, and then we got some other guys like Booker, like these one-time guys where Darrick always said, I want to see him on a different team. You really have to question if the grass will be greener. And in Dame's case, obviously we have the hindsight to say no, but there was parts of us when it happened where we were like, yeah, no, this makes a ton of sense. They never really meshed completely. Like something I want to talk about with the Knicks too, like the pick and roll with Giannis and Dame never materialized to the point we thought it should. On paper, it made so much sense, but the team around them got older. They continued to have injuries come playoffs, and here we are, they're about to be in another first-round exit. So, yeah, the grass wasn't greener on this side, but I look back at the alternative.
Mm-hmm.
When is the last time that anything has been green in that type of scenario?
I mean, probably just Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
He's going to multiple teams now, and that shit ain't work.
I think it's
Jimmy
hard.
Butler, I would say him leaving Chicago. I think it took a few stops, but once he got to Miami, it was clear the grass was greener.
It's harder to say because people aren't spending 8 years in one spot anymore or 10 years in one spot, right? So, like, people will be there for 4 years, and then you have the conversation, was the grass greener? Well, the other alternative was only 4 years. Dame was there for, 12 years of his career or something along those lines before he ended up there? So he had this long stretch of longevity on this one franchise.
But even if you don't take in all the years, just leaving to go do something, on paper.
I gotta look at some teams to refresh
The thing
myself.
So you got the big three Nets did not work.
Yeah.
Paul George and Kawhi and the Clippers did not work. Anthony Davis to the Lakers did work. Durant to
The Warriors.
no, the Suns didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Butler got to the Sixers. That shit didn't work. I know it was only like a split second.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell to the Cavs at first seemed like it wasn't going to materialize.
Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers. I mean, the jury is still out because of right now, but before this, the grass wasn't greener.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could
that's
agree.
true.
I mean, this whole conversation kind of
He
got
went to
me
the
thinking.
Raptors that way, but he ain't necessarily send me to the
Yeah, I don't
Raptors.
think he. I don't think he wanted to be. Clearly, he didn't. His ass left immediately.
Like
Uh,
the grass is always greener, or the grass not always being greener. It kind of also it makes me think about the saying like wasting your career, because I feel like that's what it comes down to. Like when a player is so good that they feel like they need to be competing for a championship, and sometimes your team is just not there yet, and that's what kind of pushes that. Like, well, we'll just keep it on Damian Lillard. It pushes it that like I should probably be somewhere else. I should probably be somewhere
But
else.
when I look at the Dame situation, it never felt like him. It always felt like outside noise and pressure. There was so many conversations about him not caring about winning and that don't cheat the grind is so fake.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally he got traded because the Blazers like had no choice. At that point, they had what?
Anthony Simons and Scoot. They had the third.
And they'd already traded
pick.
CJ away.
And they traded CJ. So it was like
He said he would have stayed if they had got number one.
even that dragged out. Even after they got Scoot, it kind of dragged. That Dame trade was late as hell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it took a little minute.
But I think that was on both sides, because if Dame would have said that he felt like that earlier, because he was there for maybe like a year or two during when they started like the process of trying to draft people and get into the rebuild. If he would have said it earlier, they would probably would have like
he
abided to
he
him.
requested that trade the day after Jeremy Grant signed his contract.
Yeah.
I don't remember what day it was, but whatever free agency started.
I remember the final trade happened like a week before
You're
training
right.
camp started.
Yeah, but I think Darrick is right. It dragged out, but he did make the request. You're right.
Yeah, but big reason why I drugged out because he wanted to go to Miami. The Blazers wanted Bam Adebayo. The Miami
Because they didn't want Tyler Hero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also they were working on that deal, but no one wanted Tyler Hero around the league.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't find a third team that genuinely wanted Tyler Hero and had interest in him. So that I guess
Largely due to his contract with the production. Because I see
Yeah.
a lot of Heat fans being like, let's not forget the context. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, there's context. in it.
Yeah, I just don't. That's why I always fight against it, because I just think that there's certain value. Now, if you have it special made, stars align, like Kevin Durant did to the Warriors, and you're okay with doing that, then you get your shit off. But it don't always be that way. It's never just that seamless of a fit. So
Paul
yeah.
George, another example of the grass not always being greener.
Yeah, that's like the best recent one. I mean, his grass is a little greener because he got everything he wanted.
Got the money and everything.
Yeah.
But as far as results driven, if that's what you're really in it for, but I think that's why I say it's value. Devin Booker is the man in Phoenix. That's his town. That's his city. He's there. He took them to the finals. Will he get them a ring? And that's all to be determined. But for now, that's his mojo forever. If he don't go nowhere, he gonna be the king of that for necessarily the rest of his life. And there's value in that versus giving that up, making a shit show, forcing your way to go to, I don't know, where he gonna
Houston.
go. Yeah, he gonna go to Houston or Detroit. And
That's why I keep seeing Mox.
It also had me thinking, has anybody had like a significant,
that shirt is nice, by the way.
thank you. And I'm going to say significant because this was like the blood clot was big for Damian Lillard. He missed a lot of time before he was actually able to like get back on the court. But has anybody came back from an injury that's significant and then just like put into the heat of the playoffs and they just thrived?
I was going to Kevin Durant's a prime example. He ain't thrived though. He tore his shit like
Because
the game.
Every time I like a lot of things have kind of resonated with me with the Adam Silver interview, and a big part is when he said that a lot of injuries come back when players it's like early in the season or they're ramping up to get back into it. And we all keep talking about the physicality in the playoffs just being crazy. And I know there was like non-contact, but it's extreme out there, you know?
I'm trying to think of examples. Hard to do off the top of
The
mine.
Giannis one.
The
Giannis one was so
hyperextension.
crazy. Like that was like freaking nature, LeBron tying up the shoe type thing. That's even actually more
Jalen
impressive.
Brunson 2 nights ago.
They shot him up with that work.
That shit was
they shot him
insane. I thought he was done.
But that's still like
for that game at least.
in the playoffs at least. Like he missed a month before he actually
No,
came
Jalen
back.
Brunson missed time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Jalen
he
Brunson
actually
missed
did.
time
He
for
did.
that
He
ankle
did.
too.
He did.
That's
Was
why
that
I thought he
ankle
was
injury?
done. When you retweak an ankle,
Yeah.
that shit, you could tell he literally had to scoop off
And
the
I remember
court.
they
That's
said
how bad
Jalen
it
Brunson was saying he felt good, like energy wise. Usually he thought he would be a little slow, but he felt like right it off the bat.
Anthony Edwards had an injury that looked like it was something in one of those games. He bounced right back
Hey,
up.
that shit was crazy.
Talking about the Bron going for
Yeah,
the ball.
when we dove on his
Yeah.
leg. When
He
I
had
took-
one in game 1 as well, though. Anthony Edwards had one where he went down in game 1, but like Pierre said, can't pop back up real quick.
I remember that, but I don't remember the play.
Me either.
Nah. That LeBron was standing out because we was like, damn.
I thought it was-
And then he just got up and just walked to the bench and just sat down.
Yeah,
And it
they
was
cut
like,
to commercial. He came back and he jumping and shit.
yeah, it looked like nothing even happened.
It's like I need a little rest right here.
Was he just selling the call?
Maybe
Embiid
did
was
they
it?
even call?
Nah,
something?
they did look like he landed, and that's
They
not,
did
he
call a
definitely-
foul on LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah,
Embiid in the
LeBron
playoffs
is
last year.
6'8", 290.
Embiid's a good example
Yeah.
because he did give us a really good series.
Even though he
offensively.
was fucking
He was
hobbling.
hobbling.
Yes, bro. He was literally that's gotta be kind of crazy. Like for the Mitch Robinsons or people that was defending him, like this dude was on a bad leg and I still can't guard.
Thought Brunson was the other day.
I want to go back to the Dame thing just for a quick second because we have to, I think, have the conversation. Maybe it's early. Maybe we should wait into the offseason about what's next for Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Bucks.
I mean, the most valuable thing is looking at Giannis. I mean,
Even if Giannis doesn't request,
yeah,
do you still take calls and offers for him?
No.
No, I would no. I think this is. I'm more concerned about Giannis asking out than I am for the Bucks thinking they need to go a different avenue.
Giannis is the type of talent and the type of staple to a place like Milwaukee, who my whole life, when I was a kid, was not really on much.
Shout out to 2002 Glenn Robinson, though.
That is the type of player that he would have to throw a fit for me to trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Or he would either have to throw a fit or he'd have to come in the office politely and say, listen, I love y'all. I just got to do what's best for me. And we can get on the same page and both work to get him where he wants to be and where he needs to be while we also are able to benefit from it. If he not doing that, I ain't trading him for shit.
I'm trying to think, what are the chances?
We'll run this shit into the ground. We'll be 32 and 50.
I'm praying that Giannis doesn't look at it and be like, man, we legit might have to wait a whole season before we really
if I am
get back
a part
to
of Giannis'
a
team,
championship team.
I want to go to the Bucks and say this. Listen, we're going to stay for a couple seasons and try to see what we can do. But this is what I ask. Get some fucking basketball players in here, please. Some basketball players. Because the shit that I watch,
What about a basketball coach? Can we do that too?
I'll take Doc before I take this roster again. There was a fast break where they actually got a stop, a rare stop. Kevin Porter Jr. is pushing the break. He has Kuzma to the left, Giannis to the right. Who the fuck ended up with the ball?
Kyle Kuzma.
How?
I thought it was a trick question because I was thinking Kevin Porter Jr. just took it himself. Considering who he is.
That would have been a better option. I could at least made some type of sense of that. They're on the side of him. His peripherals maybe didn't get a good glimpse, so he just saw the basket and went. No, he gave it to Kuzma. The best transition player downhill is to the right of you, and you say, nah, let me give it to Kuz. I can't watch shit. I check out of games when shit like that happens. I just like, you know what? I'm for this, man, y'all on 2K? I can watch this and multitask.
Hey, that's
bad
very
basketball
fair,
is
though.
not for me, man. I can't watch bad basketball. I'd rather watch a team just like not being on shit and missing shots before I just see dumb shit happen.
That's how I felt about last night. I know the series was
Troy
already
and
over.
Prince, where you at?
At the crib soon.
You talking about Heat now?
The Heat had a very similar thing. 3-on-1 fast break in the first quarter. They didn't score, and I was like, let me film a video because I just know this shit is over. I just know it's over. I know it's over.
Wasted all of our time.
That's why I tweeted. I know this will never happen, but like in the first round, if you go up 3-0, that should be the end of the series. Still make it best of 7. But if you go to think about, do you think the Grizzlies had any hope to win that series after they went down 0-3?
No.
Do you think that he had any hope to win that series after they went down? So why are we playing this extra game other than revenue for Miami and revenue for the Memphis Grizzlies?
Ain't no otherwise.
They turned over both. Well, the Grizzlies didn't turn over. Actually, that game was pretty interesting. But the Miami Heat going out there and having being down 32-8 to start the game. They should just refunded people.
Bro,
Hurts
they
was at the
literally
game.
spent the last
He
8.
was?
He was at the game.
They
And he
spent
said
the last 8 minutes just in garbage time.
Last 8, the
last
last
2.
40. What the fuck was you watching?
The whole game.
I mean, I'm talking about when like the it was
They
bad.
empty
It was at one
Yeah.
point.
Hey,
30, it was
I ain't gonna
30 to
lie.
8 at one point.
This how bad this shit was.
Yeah.
That shit you referencing, that was my favorite part of the game. Javante Green
Javante
coming
Green was
in.
hooping.
He did.
and
Javante
hooping.
Green did look good.
That was my favorite. Craig Porter Jr. My young boy Jalen Tyson. That was my favorite part of the game, was being able to watch them. I'm like, hey, look at
shit was
Javante. All that other shit I was cool on, man. Oh man, you down 60 points right now. I'm looking at the game and the lead was so bad. I'm doing this.
I wonder what's the
Like,
views for
to
you.
figure out how much they down. I was doing this.
That's why we
the
needed
views
the
on that
Cavs
last
10,
broadcast, bro.
20, 30, 40, 50. Damn, they down 56 points right now. That's when you know it's bad.
The Cavs broadcast does the difference. You know, like when you watch the Cavs, they say like plus 13 when they're
Oh,
up by 13.
yeah.
That's what we needed in this series, man.
Yeah.
For them to not have Darius Garland for the last 2 games and smoke y'all that bad, that they talking shit. Ty Jerome hit a 3/4 court buzzer beat at the end of the third and was just looking at the crowd talking shit. You supposed to fight. Have some pride. You down
Hey,
by 52. Go swing.
We stopping there too. A lot of y'all doing a lot of talking. I don't like that in this. We're not letting that become a part of this basketball generation culture. Ja Morant talking about I had them figured out. Okay. Tyler Hero.
But bro, I was
We
looking at
went
the
and won.
comments of that shit.
Okay.
People was on Ja's side with it.
Darius Garland. Yeah, we just go and then sit out the last 2 games. No, y'all stopping this shit. I don't care that the Cavs won. Darius Garland, if you
The
want
Tyler
to
Hero
play,
thing was interesting too, though, because he was like, "Yeah, if we had Jimmy Butler," I was like, "Wow, yes, yes."
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah,
No, I did not see
Oh,
that.
he
When
said,
this game hit 0.
No,
I didn't
this is
say-
before.
yeah, this is
game.
before the game. He said if I had Jimmy Butler, we probably wouldn't have been the 8 seed either.
Yeah, I want to get you the exact quote because I read
Was he
that
being
like,
sarcastic?
no, he was wholeheartedly saying this shit. It's like, oh, that was something I did not expect Tyler Hero to say
He
publicly.
said if this lame man
Right.
ain't requested trade,
I wouldn't have brought his name back up if I was Tyler. I don't care.
I
how
wouldn't
bad
either,
it
because
is.
when the Warriors won yesterday, the first thing I thought of when Jimmy Butler did that interview was, damn.
He
Yeah,
did say
he's
he
talking
got
about I
his
got
joy
my
back.
joy back again.
Yeah.
Here,
But I
here's
mean,
the-
it's
here's the-
literally
here's
just-
the tweet. Obviously, I know I need Jimmy to win. If we had Jimmy right now, I feel like it'd be a completely different situation. We probably wouldn't even be the 8th seed. So finding that middle balance is like, damn, we need him.
What's the question though?
I don't know. I just got
Okay.
the quote itself.
The need is crazy.
Where was I at? We need him. We also understand this shit. This is his career, and if he wants to move, ultimately it's his right if he wants it. So it's just tough to be in the middle of both sides.
Bruh.
Okay, so it sounds like he was asked.
Yeah.
I thought he went out of his way to say, man, what y'all looking
Jimmy.
What y'all asking me for? We down 3-0 because Jimmy left. That's what I thought. Now, if they said, what do you feel? Jimmy's over there, they winning and y'all lose, then that's different. But I thought he went out of his way to bring up Jimmy Butler and them losing. I was about to say, hell no, I didn't see that.
And Jimmy Butler, after that game where he had an amazing fourth quarter,
On a bad butt.
and he said, I got my joy back. So his
And he
other
also
team
said
lose by 50.
Dylan Brooks talking, lit that fire.
Doug Christie now has a multi-year contract, by the way.
Enjoy B-Ball just dropped a picture. And it says, this series is humbling. It's Eric Spoelstra, and beneath him is Mike from that video when he ain't do nothing.
Oh, that's crazy.
One of the comments that they put,
Oh, Adam, wait. Eric Spoelstra said this series was humbling? That's
yeah,
quote
that's
from
the
him?
one that I
Okay.
did see yesterday.
Okay.
Or I did hear.
Well, that's self-aware, I guess.
Somebody, they posted a comment of somebody said on this video, Mike's drive was definitely stopped today.
Hey, that shit is so funny because in my streams, so many people say like, "You can't stop my drive. You can't stop." Like that's a legit saying in
Did
my
you
stream
talk to
now.
Dame? Because I know y'all Toyota bros.
Yeah.
NBA Trade Center.
Oh, no.
Listen to it, KB.
Okay.
This is also everything Bulls. The Hornets receive Sadiq Bey, Dalen Terry, a 2030 first-round pick from the Bulls.
No.
Golden State Warriors first-round pick, 2030 protected. The Bulls receive Corey Kispert and Mark Williams. And then the Wizards get Patrick Williams, Nick Smith Jr., and a 2031 first-round pick from the Chicago Bulls.
That's awful. Why we giving up 2 first-round picks for Mark Williams? Who the Lakers said we don't want him because he got bad medical records?
He been playing though.
When has he been playing? Oh, 6 months ago? Before the season ended?
Bro, they overlaps now.
Listen to this trade. This trade
less than a month ago.
This trade is crazy. Nikola Vucevic.
I'm here for it.
Guess where he's going?
Someplace he got no damn business being.
The Kings?
The Magic.
The Magic. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Going back to the Magic. And then the Bulls get KCP, Orlando second round, they get 4 second rounds at KCP.
So it's just a 1-for-1 with a bunch of seconds.
I would do that trade. Why not?
Yeah. And then it says y'all draft Asa Newell at 12. Y'all extend Giddey 4-year 120.
Damn, they got the full offseason plan, huh?
And y'all sign Chris Boucher. And y'all starting lineup is Giddey, Kobe White, KCP, Modest, and Mark Williams. And your bench is Lonzo, Ayo.
Oh, so they still did the
Herter,
other trade to give
Boucher.
up the 2 first-round picks for the injury deal.
So y'all gave him 2 first
This is
and
like
fourth.
an off-season game plan for Chicago Bulls at Trade Center and everything Bulls collabed on.
I appreciate those people. That's awful.
Let me see what the comments are saying. It's destined for Vooch to go back to Orlando.
I like the
Sixers
Orlando
David.
Magic trade. I would be cool with. Fuck it.
Somebody said, why aren't the Bulls tanking?
It's a very good question.
Mark Williams to Chicago would genuinely make this a playoff team.
Oh, wow. I mean, we'd have to win 2 more games. Mark Williams can win us 2 more games.
I'd rather keep Vooch and trade Collins, who has actual value. Vooch's deal is going to end soon anyway. Might as well keep the veteran experience around. It's so funny to see the perspective of like basketball fans.
What makes them think that Zach Collins just has the value?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, man, but this is one. Hard to understand. Vucevic back to Orlando. Chicago giving 30 and 31 picks for Corey Kispert and Mark Williams.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's
that
insane.
fan is
he
invested.
hot, and I fuck with him.
Yeah, no, he's smart.
Because if that what do we do? Yeah, no, pass. Can I just get
Why
back?
would DC want Pat? Did that too. Why would the Wizards want Patrick
They probably
Williams?
feel like
They might get fucking Cooper Flagg.
Yeah,
They're in contention to get the number 1 overall pick, and they already have Bilal.
Patrick Williams, Cooper Flag.
One's already NBA ready.
Tomato. Right?
Yeah.
The 17-year-old is NBA.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Back to the Giannis just for a quick second. We mentioned that you run into the wheels fall off if Giannis don't say anything.
Me, I do. I know everybody don't have that perspective.
I understand the other perspective. I'm team Giannis stay, but it's like what our alternative if we just sit with Giannis and we let the contracts roll of because the other guys don't have value. Let's be real. They're 36, 37 years old. It's like how do we continue to grow with Giannis? And I have a really tough time trying to figure that out.
How do you grow without him? Because Giannis
There's nothing that you can get back from Giannis
boom.
that will replicate Giannis.
No.
I agree with that.
I'm saying close though.
And no, I know I can agree with that too. But even nothing is going to give you 50% of who Giannis is. Not just for the Bucks, the basketball team, but Milwaukee as a city, considering who he is. I
you
completely
trade him,
understand
you're essentially just buying into a whole rebuild.
And rebuilds are hard.
Yeah.
And then you can look back on it
Especially
4 years down the
Milwaukee.
line and be like, we got 12 first-round picks. 2 of them are good players.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand it. But I'm struggling to figure out how you get them back to contention.
Yeah, it's hard.
You
like,
kind of have
to- another tough job.
You're
But
gonna have to
going
wait it out a
forward,
little
you
bit.
have the easiest. I mean, you have the hardest part of the contention, which is to get the guy.
Mm-hmm.
You always have that at the least. All I'm saying is, with this mindset, I'm usually with it. This is Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee. That's my issue. That's my issue. We're talking about a place that's not a free agent destination. Hypothetically speaking, if you were to draft another player with picks that you got back from Giannis, the likelihood of them staying. When has Milwaukee had a person stay? This is the first time with Giannis that somebody has stayed.
Well, reality is
They haven't had anybody.
they haven't had people to
yeah.
lose either.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a real struggle. I mean, they haven't necessarily drafted pretty amazingly.
And Giannis is so
in our
damn
lifetime.
good. You don't even need to. Like, you just need a good supporting cast. You just need to revitalize your supporting cast, really.
I don't know if this is to say the Pacers got another level to get to either, but even when Dame ain't playing and ain't healthy, they are, like Mike is alluding to, it ain't like they losing like the Grizzlies and the Heat. They be in these games. Don't get me wrong.
And a large, it's
No, they don't have a dog
The
shit
Pacers
roster.
control these games.
Yeah.
I don't want to discredit the Pacers, but it ain't like for the most part, other than the last game, You in this? You watching like even game 1? They put the fight in the fourth quarter. He working with AJ Greens of the world.
Hey, AJ Green, the only person making shots right
I
now.
was gonna say,
No, for sure.
AJ Green feel like a good fit.
I don't even think AJ Green's so good. I don't know if he's gonna be back. If I'm a GM, I want AJ Green in the offseason.
Yeah,
I think Bobby Portis leaves too. He's also a free agent.
Is he?
If he don't, he better.
He didn't have to come back on a friendly little deal.
Yeah, he got to come rock with us on a budget.
Because
nobody has
his
messed
last
with him more
contract.
than
He got a
Milwaukee.
decent little amount of money.
So you got to come with the hometown discount. Brooke Lopez is gonna be a free agent.
Gary Trent's on that 1-year deal.
Yep. We could get him back because other than that 37-point game, is he going out there in the market and commanding?
I just don't think there's a ton of market for pure shooters anymore, like it was when Duncan Robinson got his money. Duncan Robinson killed it for everybody.
Davis
Gary Trent
Bertans
Jr.
did too.
Wait, what?
I
said Bertans did too.
We said Gary Trent Jr.
No, I know.
Fuck is you talking about pure shooter there for? You lost me with that one.
I think it's about AJ Green.
That's
what made me think he was talking about AJ
No.
Green.
Gary Trent Jr.'s most of his value is his jump shooting. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. So, like,
pure shooter, I thought of a different thing, but I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. There go your people, ain't that? Psych?
no, that's scrubs.
Oh, that is scrub. That is scrub. That is scrub.
Oh,
That is scrub.
Well, actually,
thought
Bobby
Scrubs
Portis
was
has a
Chelsea.
player option for 13
Yeah,
million.
you don't like scrubs? Don't you like those?
I've never seen scrubs.
no, your show was
Psych.
Psych. Yeah,
Psych.
there you go. There you go.
But yeah, I was
Weekend show.
the Duncan Robinsons of the world getting his $90 million and Davis Bertans getting his
Don't
$200
pure
million
shooters to me,
contract.
bro.
No.
Robinson is a pure shooter. I get what you're saying, though. All he does is give you shooting.
Right. If he's not shooting well, you asking yourself, what is he doing?
There
on the
used to
court?
be
Like,
defense
that's why I
back in
thought
the
that
day.
was. That's why I thought it was.
That's
it's
yeah,
the
for
same,
real, for real.
the same concept, different work element.
Workplace
You ever seen the
job.
episode of Psych, Mike?
No.
You ever seen the episode of Psych? Same.
I think I've actually watched like the first 20 minutes and I cut that off.
Suzanne put you on to that shit.
No. Rest in peace to Charlie Allen. Charlie Allen put me on freshman year of high school.
Oh, okay.
That was my boy.
But yeah, that's why I say that. Like, if this was, because we've seen situations like this before. Like when Portland traded Dame, and I know Dame. Again, that's kind of my point. Giannis is just a different player, and I think Milwaukee is a different type of city, basketball wise.
Trading away your star player, your
Franchise.
top 10 player.
No, franchise one.
I mean, like franchise
okay.
player that happens to be top 10.
Yeah.
Just off the top of our heads, do we realize when it's worked?
Yeah. No.
Right. Anthony Davis going to the Lakers has not worked for the Pelicans. Right. Pretty much a lot of the assets they got from that trade are no longer on a team.
How do you conclude LeBron leaving?
I mean,
Cleveland?
OKC.
Does that tie in, or
That's-
No,
I mean, he
I'm
just
thinking about trading,
Yeah, he
not
just
walking.
left.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
OKC's kind of with, I guess, trading away Russ at some
No,
point.
they
like,
traded Paul George. Trade got them in this position, not the Kevin Durant, Russ, Harden.
True.
But that's probably the best example though, because the Paul George trade got them their
And he
MVP.
he was in MVP territory during that damn year.
Yeah, he was top 3, right?
But I think it's easier to trade him than your Giannis because he's
For
not top
100%.
he was only there for a couple
100%.
seasons, and
There
he's
was no
not that
attachment to him.
well beloved like
But at
Brody
least
was.
I guess we could tie them in because they get credit for saying we did this trade. Now we're getting rid of our top 10 player. They didn't try to keep Russ and keep that both going. They
And I
picked
also
their
think
side.
that getting Shea and what Shea turned into, it just doesn't happen to every team.
Oh no.
Like that was actually somewhat of a diamond in the rough that he even became like. We knew he was this good, but we didn't know he would be an MVP over Jokic type good.
I thought perennial All-Star, but I ain't think MVP.
Yeah.
Right. So they kind of did get a little lucky with that one too, that they just hit on that.
2006, Allen Iverson's traded to the Denver Nuggets for Andre Miller, Joe Smith, and 2 first-round picks. Can tell you what those 2 first-round picks turned into. Kawhi Leonard to Toronto. Obviously, that didn't work out too great. Who did they draft for that pick?
Who?
The Spurs. They don't tell me who these picks turned into. No, Jakob Poeltl's a
Was
part of
in
the
the
trade,
trade.
but they got 2 first-round picks in it.
Wasn't it?
I can look it up on the side as well.
I thought one of them was a big. Did they get another big? Am I tripping?
Trust, I got you.
I don't know.
But you're right. Jakob Poeltl was in the trade. What am I talking about?
Going to his transactions, Keldon Johnson was the one attached to it. So,
That late ass pick.
yeah, that was a pretty late pick. But that trade is an anomaly because for whatever reason, the Spurs wanted players that can hoop right now instead of resetting. And
Because they should have been trying to get Norman Powell, Siakam. Nah, they probably like Siakam. This is the dude that Mike guy was talking about.
Well, I think they looked at it and was like, we still got LaMarcus. We want to compete still. So
For sure.
Like it
And
makes
they
sense.
competed for playoff spots.
You
for
probably
sure.
also had to do the trade with DeMar. None of those young guys' money would have matched with Kawhi. None of them was paid yet.
You have the Hornets trading away Chris Paul.
A lot of those guys hit the scene too because of the Kawhi playoff run.
This one sucked for the Clippers. I mean, for the Hornets. The Chris Paul to the Clippers trade.
Yeah, because what did
Alfred
they get back?
Camino, Eric Gordon, Chris Kaman, and then Austin Rivers.
Was it just a bunch of bullshit?
That's what I just read it to you. Hell yeah. But Eric Gordon was really good at that point. And then they got a pick that turned into Austin Rivers.
Which was the same year they got Anthony Davis. So on paper, it looked like, oh, man, we got 2 top 10 picks. Eric Gordon. Alfred Camino. I liked Alfred
I try to put
Camino.
myself back during that time. That team didn't sound bad.
What team?
That when the same team with Anthony Davis, Austin Rivers, and all them. Eric
Oh,
Gordon.
yeah.
Like in that time, it didn't sound like the craziest team compared to like saying it now.
It doesn't, but then when you look at the competition, it was DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul on one team, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant on one team.
Yeah.
You got
Big Three, Heat.
Dwight Howard to the Lakers was a pretty big trade. Dwight Howard at that point was still pretty good in 2012 and one of the best players of franchise history. Hasn't worked out. I got to tell you what was involved in it. You know what the Magic are right now, but them being here right now had nothing to do with that trade. It was more them breaking down the.
What did they
Aaron
get
Gordon.
in that trade?
They got back Aaron Aflalo, Al Harrington, Christian Iyengar, whose name I ain't heard in a long time, Josh McRoberts, Mo Harkless, Vucevic.
Christian Iyengar used to
And
be
a
that
couple of
man.
first round picks that turned into like Landry Shamet, Wesley Wandu.
You just missed my face, KB. You heard what he just said?
No.
Say what you said.
Christian, how you pronounce his last name?
Iyengar?
Iyengar.
Now
He
look
used
at
to
my
be that
face,
man.
Because he played for the Lakers for a little bit. You got a Kevin Garnett trade. That was a pretty big trade in the moment.
Al Jefferson,
That trade stunk, man. Oh, man, that trade stunk.
Ryan Gomes, Al Jefferson.
They got the pick that turned into Kyle Kuzma. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was when they traded him from Boston to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But they got Al Jefferson, Gerald Green, Ryan Gomes, Theo Ratliff, who's been in like so many big trades in his career, Sebastian Telfair, and Wayne Ellington, and then another first-round pick that turned into Johnny Flynn. They almost hit. That pick that turned to Johnny Flynn turned into Steph Curry. Then you look at that trade different. All of this to say, trading away your top 10 or your best player of all time or top 10 player in the league has rarely equaled anything.
That's why it's just Giannis literally has to beg me and request a trade for me to think about it because
On his knees.
I'm just praying that he doesn't look at the roster and kind of say what looks like it's in the air. It's just like, what is left on this team?
I'm so petty. When he does, or if he does, I say, like, listen, I'm always do right.
Bro.
I'm always do right by you. Listen to this little clip from Numbers on the Board podcast. They ran through. This ain't really work. This ain't always work. Oh,
Dame was
no.
It's from our perspective.
It's from
Dame
their
was just in a
perspective. Shit.
situation where he felt like he was
Now
finna go.
let's redo this and look at it from another perspective.
Okay.
The Lakers ain't do shit when they got Dwight.
Nope.
That ain't work. The Clippers ain't do shit when they got Chris Paul.
Nope.
I mean, they was relevant.
They was better. Yeah.
But they didn't do what they wanted to do.
The Clippers ain't do shit when they got Paul George.
No.
The Lakers did when they got AD.
The Raptors did when they got Kawhi.
Yep.
Yeah.
James Harden to Brooklyn didn't work out, but that was a huge
That's
trade
like
in real
205.
time.
We're about 205 from now.
Dude, hold on. Let me look back at this James Harden trade. Because do y'all remember what players were involved?
Was it
Ben Simmons.
Was it?
I mean,
Put
going
some
to
respect.
Brooklyn?
Houston. Going to Houston.
Was it
Going to
Karis
Houston?
LeVert?
No, it was Kevin
Karis
Martin.
LeVert was in the trade.
Oh, going to Houston.
Going to Houston.
It was Karis LeVert. It was also fucking was Victor Oladipo somehow in this trade? Oh, Karis LeVert.
I'll tell you because you're not.
Jared Allen got to the Cavs though.
Right, but that's the three-teamer.
Okay.
Rodney Kurucs,
Who? Oh, my man's from Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah, overseas guy. Yeah.
Dante Exum. Those are the players they got back in the James Harden
Oh
trade.
hell no, I wouldn't remember that bullshit.
But obviously they got the draft capital that turned into Tari Eason, that turned into Reece Shepard.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
That's decent.
This is kind of it. As of right now, they still got
Oh,
more
they
to
got picks in
convey.
the
They still
more.
got more to convey.
Literally the definition of decent.
Yeah, they got a 2026 and a 2027 still to convey.
Hey, what they do with those picks will determine.
No, it won't. Dante Exum and unless are you finna get Cooper Flag? Because if not, Dante Exum and who?
Ronnie Kurucs, who played 11 games when he was there.
I remember him from the Brooklyn Nets.
I remember he was in a scandal. That's what
I remember him
from.
and Diz and
What was
Musa.
the scandal?
I think it was a domestic abuse scandal.
Oh shit.
But yeah,
What's yours?
so
Yeah, he pled guilty. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't put something dirty on his name. That was something that did happen. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for
Degrassi
Giannis though, if he were to request a trade, obviously I think OKC becomes a heavy favorite to land him, just because they have the surplus of picks.
What if they win a
I was gonna say
championship?
hypothetically they win. Do they give a damn about Giannis?
Yeah,
You think so?
yeah.
You okay?
You
I
still
would
make
too.
Yeah, you still go get him
Because-
you pair him with Shea and J-Dub.
it's easy. Just all you got to do is listen. They go Hardenstein, $30 million.
30 million. And
They go 17 picks, and we still got Chet, J-Dub. And then you convince
Nah.
Chet and J-Dub to take discounts because
Nah,
you're
I
going to
need- I
win
need-
every single year.
I need Chet in that deal. Sorry.
Duh, I'm talking about my ass.
Oh.
That's why I think the deal dies.
You think the deal dies?
Yes.
No. OKC they have no. You don't pass up on an opportunity like that just because. I know Chet is good, but like you got to capitalize.
Part of me feel like they're not doing that.
I did not doing it.
They're not doing it.
I don't know, man. You got
Now if you
The
win a
grass, and
championship.
if we win a championship, you trying to tell me the grass? Now you got to look at yourself. Is the grass going to be greener with Giannis?
No.
You
Now
don't know.
you just won a championship. All those guys is 20.
Yeah, he's 22 years old.
Motherfucker,
Who's to say Chet can't be Giannis?
I tried to.
You see, I had to stop myself just to think if I should say some stupid
You don't
shit.
need Giannis though. That's when you get greedy. You don't even need him.
I think the Rockets become a big team to think about in this hypothetical
I would.
Giannis trade.
But also, they don't have a
Giannis, Amin, Sengun.
Yeah, that was actually on paper. Yeah, that shit don't sound too
They
sexy.
gonna get hella offensive rebounds. I couldn't imagine.
No,
them
because
just
Steven
trying to-
Adams got to be in the trade. Ain't no more offensive
Steven
rebounds.
Adams is still in this. He's still on the roster.
He finna be a
because they
free
finna run
agent.
Giannis at the 2, Jabari at the 3,
Take it back to his Jason Kidd
Sengun
days.
at the 4, Steven Adams at the 5, and a man at the 1.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't understand the Brooklyn Nets Giannis thing.
There's nothing concrete there.
That's
and they
why-
would have to
that's
have
why,
a big
though.
free agency.
But
That's
that's,
why.
what.
Because
How
the
much
class
money would
stinks.
They got the money.
Yeah.
I think it's just too much of. I think he would have to wait until after free agency in order to request. Like he would have to wait. And
But
see
him
what
going there
Brooklyn
would
does.
get other people.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah. You
to
don't
go
wait.
there.
No, I
You-
think that
you go and they have the money to build around.
But if I
it.
just go and then no shit happen,
the idea is like,
That's
hey
a possibility,
Giannis,
though.
we gonna trade for you and we want you in every single decision. And now he gets to have freedom to say like, yeah, sign that guy.
yeah.
It might not. It's not gonna work.
Yeah,
NBA
definitely
players are
not
not
the
good
first year.
GMs.
But anybody getting traded to someone like Brooklyn thinking they about to win a championship in the first year is an idiot. You got to build it.
I'd
That's a
rather
team that
just-
has nothing
You
there.
have to think about when they got Kevin Durant and Kyrie. They didn't have anything on the roster. It was
Yeah,
like,
just-
we're going to bring y'all in and then the rest is going to be the rest because
Just
the rest
build
is
it.
rookie contracts right now.
Saying I'm going to wait to free agency. Hell no. Ain't shit in free. I can tell you now, ain't shit in free agency. What the fuck are you waiting
Julius
for?
Randle, let's go.
Yeah, we ain't finna. Kevin Durant ain't walking through the door, buddy.
Not again.
You did it once.
Okay, shout out to Dame. Get well soon.
That's the other conversation to that, though. Giannis goes in there and requested the trade to go where? To go
Not
where?
many places. That's why I like. It's really hard. I think you really just got to get past that 1 year that it might be really rough with Dame missing so much time.
Let me ask you
and-
this question. Y'all this question.
Yeah.
Miami.
I consider them,
Nah.
but
We'll give you Bam. We're going to pair you with this young 5 who can space out Khalil Ware, Ware. Got, I don't know. I'm just talking
Yeah, nah,
off
I don't
the
think it's
top
there.
of the dome.
It sound good. It sound good, but I always
Do you want to be paying Bama to buy your $52 million annually? If you the Bucks?
It's either that or lose. Giannis when he has
so
it
then
out.
you have over $100 million being paid between Dame and Bam.
And for
That
what?
just sound disgusting.
And they don't. I think they only have 3
Time
tradable firsts
out.
right now.
Your team is about to be paying Patrick Williams, Josh Giddey, and Kobe White that.
True.
His team?
Big Raptors guy. My
Big
fault.
Raptors guy.
My fault.
His face be killing me,
It means
bro.
so much to the city.
Big Raptors guy. The Knicks are an option for Giannis.
Yeah, we are. We are.
don't wanna see
That would be
that,
crazy.
man.
That's actually.
I don't
You'd
want
be
to see
paired with
it.
another stretch 5.
No, Carl Towns probably get traded for him.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
There's no way that they look at our roster and say, "OG,
Real.
OG."
You know that money going, that shit damn near gonna match by himself.
The 40, yeah.
Cat just can't find a home now. Contract too damn big. You're gonna be thrown in every trade.
Timberwolves won a championship. He can't find a home.
No, it's not a lot of teams. I saw Carlos Boozer this morning say he need to go to LA to team up with Luka.
Mm-hmm.
So
LeBron,
Can we-
LeBron, you trade them.
If they
I
do
feel
win,
like LeBron has a
if
no trade
Timberwolves do
clause.
win, we
He
gotta
does.
add him to
Wait,
the
what'd
list.
you say?
If Timberwolves do win,
If?
I'm talking about a championship.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the series. Gotcha.
About trading away your friend, like one of your.
Well, if they
even though
win
it
a
was,
championship, the last thing on anybody's mind is Cat. Anthony Edwards is officially in that conversation.
I'm talking about trading away like your franchise players.
Oh, okay. My fault.
And it working out for your team.
Well, when it happened, he was not the franchise player.
But he's still in the top
beloved,
10,
though.
like we were saying with the other guys. Different situation, though, because you leave him with
He
Anthony
top
Edwards.
three. He'll be top three, right?
You talking about a franchise?
In franchise.
The
KG?
other scenarios we're talking about is
man,
you
him.
trading that player and there's nothing there.
Mhm.
They traded him because they had the guy.
Yeah.
So
Let's get to that series because that guy had maybe his best playoff game of all time. 43 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, I think is a stat line, 1 turnover, 17 free throw attempts, 14 of them going in, 70.5 true shooting percentage.
Didn't you also say that the game before that too?
no, he did
Might
not
have.
say
He's
best
been
player.
Anthony Edwards has been really good just closing out the games.
I think
And
they've been closing out every quarter better than y'all too. Like they go on these runs late in these quarters and
Small things.
yeah, and
I knew it
that's
was-
been helping y'all win, helping them win.
I knew it was coming when that boy had, was it 12 points in the first 4 minutes of that fourth? 11 points?
Yeah.
Three. Then he did the mid-range. Mike said, travel?
He was
Yeah,
flexing
he
on
was-
y'all at half court on that
You could
timeout.
tell,
And it was
Anthony
down
Edwards
4.
is-
He'd be like, what's that be doing?
That man is he's a freak too because like he's one of them type of dudes that he feeds off that energy when he knows he's kind of like going against the GOAT to his predecessors, whatever you want to call it. Like he wants to take them
Predecessor.
down, the people before him.
Yeah. I like how you pronounce certain words. Roster.
Roster,
You usually be like roaster. Roaster.
like how KB say root.
Say it.
Root.
No,
Route.
It's root.
It's route.
Going down Route 59.
I say both. That
I say
receiver
route.
ran a nice
Yeah,
route.
you're not going to say, that's a good route that dude just ran. You're always going to say
But
route.
no, that's a route.
Yeah, it's
That's a
route.
little route.
It's
But
But I
the
do
other
say
one is a
Route
route.
99 or whatever, Route 89. Route, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever referred to
I always
anything
say
as
route.
route other than roots.
Back to it though, even with
Is the
Anthony
series
Edwards,
over, Mike? Fuck all of
yeah,
that.
I
Are
think
you done?
It is. Anthony Edwards, not only is he closing it out, but
Yeah, it should have been done when you decided to wear a brown hat with a pink brim.
it's a nice hat.
I like that.
Shout out to Naran,
I just
man.
wanna
He got
talk
me this.
shit.
Oh, Naran got you that?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to
You
Naran.
told me Elena got you that.
No, she got the other brown one. I'm for real.
Oh, the other brown Lakers hat.
I'll wear it next spot.
Please don't. We saw it. We remember.
Yeah.
But the talent for the Lakers hasn't even really like overcome the deficits they have on the roster.
For sure.
That's
See how he
this
said
is a big,
roster?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big tell for like this shit.
Jackson Hayes
just
played 4 minutes last game.
And that was 4 too many, if you ask me.
And y'all played the same lineup the whole second half. That also probably contributed to the fourth quarter woes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard to play that long without getting a break.
Yeah, it was.
You'll get a break when they review something.
They had that long review when had a couple of reviews actually where they got a little break. What was the last call? What was it called? Maybe like a minute left.
It was when Anthony Edwards drove and LeBron
Oh,
hit
yeah.
him. They
Yes.
called it a foul.
Slap
And
the
then
ball is
and then
wrong.
LeBron blew me with
yeah,
that
no.
shit because then he go and he talking about if based on how we play, hand is part of the ball. I hit his hand and the ball went out, and I'm just like,
that camera angle saved
he
the
would
game.
not have that
The
same.
top real.
The camera
Yeah.
angle legit saved the game because every other angle looked like it was all ball.
And LeBron wouldn't have had that same sentiment if it was him. He would have
But
threw a
that's
hissy fit if somebody did that to him.
But that's why I be saying to everything on everything, just like the Pistons. Motherfucker
Yeah.
keep talking about this Knicks Pistons game. Okay, what you want me to do? If that was the other way around, what would Pistons fans be saying? Would they be? Like, I
They'd
don't know
be
what
happy
people.
as hell they got.
Yeah, I don't know
the
what people want me to say.
they
I
would
keep
be
saying.
telling you how does it feel to be on the opposite side of the fouls or some shit like that.
I honestly don't give a fuck. I'm up 3-1. Well, they up 3-1. The team that I root for.
Yeah.
But like I don't be on. But that's my sentiment on everything. It's like everybody like everything until it's them. But you're absolutely right. Brown be up there mad as hell. I mean, happy as hell if that was the other way around.
Yeah.
Brother, they said they pulled out an AC 130 to get that camera.
Yeah,
but so like even the colors on it look different.
I didn't even know
like,
that camera angle existed.
I think that's the one that kind of zips through the air on the zip line or whatever. Like that's not actual someone holding it.
That had
Aaron
a call.
Gordon.
It was the Aaron Gordon one. The top view was saved 2 games.
I thought that one was actually.
We go. Let's stick on Lakers Wolves just for a second here before we just get all over the place. What an amazing series has been for Julius Randle.
Yes, it has.
Who has changed the narrative about him just based on one series. Defensively, offensively, he's been completely locked in. I think we talked about it. It's just like him not being taxed for being the guy and being able to be number 2 and play his bully ball against smaller defenders and sometimes against like people like LeBron James has been great. I think that Anthony Edwards did an amazing job hunting Luka Doncic and at the end of the game hunting Rui Hachimura when it mattered the most. His progression has been insane. It's second year in a row where we look at him like, damn, this dude is hooping again.
Yeah, and the guy that the Lakers like to hunt in Rudy Gobert, shit, if you want to hunt him, we're just going to put in Naz Reid, who we know is more mobile. And we trust.
I thought Luka did a pretty good job against Naz Reid, except for those last like 3 possessions where Naz sat down.
And Naz Reid gonna make a 3.
Yeah.
That's big for them.
I think Luka and Naz Reid, not Luka, Naz Reid and Julius Randle did a good job of when Luka was trying to hunt them. They held their own a pretty decent amount. They definitely did a lot better job than Rudy Gobert would have. And so when you ain't really got nobody that you can hunt, it really hurts that Laker defense.
Without the lob threat, the Timberwolves just saying, Luka, just play by yourself, man.
Yeah, if you make tough shots, you're gonna make them.
Yeah.
And that's why people keep asking about like his assist numbers being down. Like he hasn't. They're letting him just play one-on-one.
Yeah, there's no one to pass it to.
He's playing one-on-one for most of the game.
Said that after game 1. I love that. Keep that mindset.
And it's going to be hard to win a full basketball game playing one-on-one, especially when you're talking about he didn't sit down the whole second half. Those legs are going to start to give up. You're going to start to see some. You're going to start to feel some sort of fatigue.
I don't be believing in that shit when the freshman game.
You think it's fool's gold?
Sort of at times.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like
in this perspective. Now I know when Luka doing his thing and he hitting all cylinders, that's when it's like. But I know how Luka wants to play. He want to make the right play. He want to get his shit out. But when you saying no, you can't make the right play. You just got to be a scorer.
It's the Jokic thing. Remember, Jokic started off his career like 0-7 anytime he dropped 40. Because like if he can't play his game, which is facilitating and getting people open, then it's probably better for the other team to not allow these dudes get open looks and stuff.
I think it's too.
because you're not going to score 100 points yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
Nobody ever has.
I think it's more on the team too, like the team structure. I would say, because it's like those times where he's got like 15 to 20 in a quarter. We definitely need that. Like that's the type of things that kind of bury your team. It's just we give the points right back up, and a lot of that is just.
It's on him too. No, giving up the points is on him.
He's been stinky defensively.
And hey man,
no,
right.
You team Nico Harrison?
Huh?
You team Nico Harrison?
No, I think it's just hard as hell to guard when it's nobody at the rim. It's nobody at the rim. It's literally.
Man's ass don't guard when somebody is at the rim.
I think he don't. He don't. I think the team together as a whole would be a lot better with the.
But they knew what they was getting when they got him.
That's why I said the talent. Not overcome the deficiencies of the team it's just telling.
This is
shit is over with.
More indicative of what I thought the team would look like when the trade happened.
Insane.
When we were like, oh, I mean, they're not going to be great this year, but this is not about this year. You have Luka Doncic for the next 10.
Yeah.
And then they started to look really good. And it's like, hold on, maybe they could do something special. And then right back to the point where I was originally, it was like, yeah, they're going to struggle on the defensive side of the ball. Remember when y'all went through that stretch, JJ Redick was coming to the podium every game. It was like, our defense is not schematic. Is really just heart and hustle. And in this series so far, they've lost a lot of that, especially down the stretch. Yeah. And if you can't give it all every single play, y'all don't have the talent defensively to hang on.
And y'all seem to always get beat in the fast break department.
That's because most of the time somebody gets hit and they're where my call? You're not getting back and sprinting back.
Yeah. You gotta stop
what the Warriors do.
We had the one where Luka literally stopped running because he thought he heard a whistle and they gave up an easy fast break layup.
Somebody quoted that said, he never played AAU because he couldn't tell what the
three-court
to Mike Mason.
No, Mike Mason did do that. Oh my God.
They were saying that
Mason thought he heard a whistle and just started walking with the ball.
Look, we for the people at home, we hooping. This is a freshman B game, so we in a field house, so it's 3 courts and 2 of the courts are playing. Mason bringing the ball up the court. He heard a whistle on court number 1. He stopped dribbling to hold the ball like this and walked with it. It's like travel. Like, damn, man.
That TV show is shit.
Never forget it. Yeah, we overestimated who this Lakers team was. I didn't underestimate the Timberwolves. I overestimated the Lakers, personally.
I would say that too. I thought the star power of Luka and LeBron was enough. And I guess sometimes that shit could be fool's gold. It's consistently shown that star power doesn't essentially equate to dominance. You have to have team cohesion and team chemistry. Everything has to fit. It's going to be hard to come out and just dominate a team with just two players.
It's 2 years in a row where I say myself too that I picked the talented team over the Wolves, even though the Wolves had just been the better team.
Yeah.
Like last year with the Suns and they smoked the Suns.
Yes.
I got a bad track record of betting against the Wolves. Not betting against them, but like picking against them. I think I picked the Suns last year, and I think I picked the Nuggets last year too.
No.
I think I probably
that Nuggets one looked real bad after 2 games.
And I think I may have picked Dallas last year in the conference finals. So I picked against them in every series so far. Of their 4 series they've played in the last 2 years, I picked against them every time. So maybe I have underestimated the Wolves. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I was in the boat of Julius Randle had to prove to me that he was a playoff player. Like, he hasn't shown me he's been in the league for over 10 years now. That he hasn't been a playoff player. So now he's showing me.
You based the whole series off that shit?
Yeah.
It was a big factor for sure. Because if Julius Randle was having a normal series where, like, compared to his 3 years ago, 2 years ago, stinky series, they have a 0% chance of winning if he's playing that bad. He's giving us normal Julius Randle games.
He's not in the same position to think that he's going to be that bad. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was damn near the guy on some of those Knicks teams. He ain't nowhere near the guy on this Timberwolves team.
Right.
I got something to kind of like carry us over into the next series. If y'all don't got nothing else with that one. These are my
Boy, so polite.
Unsung heroes of the first round so far. Some of these names we already mentioned, but if you have a name in mind, just throw it out there. You can add to the list.
I'm interested to just let you cook. Let's see what you got.
First one I got is Steven Adams. He's been huge in his first round. The Rockets it's been hard to score in the half court for them. So being able to carry over what he did in the regular season with that big lineup and being able to get them extra possessions. He had a couple big tip-ins last game that actually kind of like held them in and gave them a chance.
He had like 4 or 5 blocks too last night, right?
He's been really good for them, especially coming off that injury. It's really good to see him like being effective in the playoffs again. On the other side, I got AirPods. I also got for a lightheartedly Quinn Post, bro. Quinn Post for a rookie. He's got some timely shots, and he makes a lot of the big threes and stuff like that.
Even in Game 3 when he didn't hit, I think he hit one shot. His rebounding was really impressive.
Bro. I was like, bro, Quinn Post been doing this thing. He hit a shot. They said he's 1 for 7, but he had like 12 rebounds. He had a bunch of rebounds and stuff like that.
AirPods had the one bad game when he had the food poisoning, but every other game of the series, he's been pretty damn good.
Yeah, he was really good last night.
Yep.
I also had Davion Mitchell. The Heat series has just been nasty.
For sure.
But I like what he brings to this. I like what he brings to the team. I think he's going to be there for the future.
That's fair. They got their ass smacked. Shout out to the Cavs.
Yeah. Dennis Schroeder is also one.
Oh,
he's just been really good for the Pistons in terms of being able to be a vet and make the right plays down the stretch. Al Horford.
Yep.
Aged $1 billion, and he's keeping up with Paolo. Paolo's still doing his thing, but the fact that he's been able to keep a body in front of him and give him a challenge is tough. I have last one I got is Aaron Gordon. Arguably, feels like he's been the second best player on the Nuggets damn near.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And he's one of them players too that's like he's been a non-shooter for so long that the fact that he's hitting shots now, it feels like he just flipped a switch and it's just this is him now.
That's a good list.
Those are my unsung heroes.
I mean, Aaron Gordon literally had a game-winning tip dunk. I still couldn't even tell if that was a miss or if that was a pass.
It was a miss. He not passing that damn ball. He did the sunboard shuffle and airballed that shit. He said Jokic said he was a miss. So yeah, let's transition to that one because there was a point in that game where the Clippers are down by 21, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go make dinner. I'm not even gonna listen to the game. I'm gonna go make dinner.
When I tell you that the Clippers just started shooting the damn ball
Bro,
insane,
they
just started just shooting lights out, bro.
Yeah, the momentum was crazy, and Norman Powell hit a lot of big shots.
I put it
anytime
in my
he
notes
was open,
how big of a run they went on. They went on
Tell me the third quarter?
they went on a 30-11 run in that fourth quarter.
Oh, in the fourth. Oh, you're talking about the Clippers' response.
Yes,
Because their third quarter was horrific.
Yeah, that's why I walked away
That's
from
when the Nuggets went on their run.
Yes.
But then in the fourth, the Clippers then went on a 30-11 run.
It was nonstop.
It was like
man.
just 3-ball after 3-ball.
Felt like a video game. Like
Yeah.
a 2K, you going to run. It was just crazy.
It just seemed like literally when it rains, it pours, and the Clippers they was pouring it.
I hate that they weren't able to win that game after that comeback.
Yeah.
I know.
It's such a.
It felt like a
I think
wasted
losing
comeback.
that way after having that crazy comeback is so deflating because you don't even get a chance to go to OT. Like, we lost on a fucking dunk that.
I still don't even know if it can. Like,
I
I
don't
see
either.
certain clips, like the one you showed me or pictures, was like, oh, it count. And then I see another one, I'm like, and I still see fingertips. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why
I'm
they
glad
called it good on the court. So I guess essentially there was probably inconclusive evidence to reverse it.
Yeah, I think the last 2 minute report said it was the right call but it was maybe the closest game winner we'll ever see.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, does it have to be through the cylinders? Does it have to be off his
I
hands?
thought it had to be.
I don't know.
I thought it had to be.
They said it has to be off his fingertips.
And it was.
Because
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway Jr. had the same type of dunk against the Knicks when Dennis Schroeder got that steal,
Yes, and they lost
Yeah.
by one possession.
and that didn't count.
Because he was slow as hell with it. He didn't even know that
That's
it was
what
1
on 2K
second
when you
left.
get the animations, like, no, dunk it faster. Dunk it fast. But Schroeder also could have he always got to
Do something.
No, but I felt him. That crowd would have got electrified.
They did get electrified, then they realized it didn't count. And it was like, damn. Lose by 1. Or
Yeah,
lose
but
by 2, whatever.
I just think that's so funny that he makes that the one dunk that he missed, he rushed it in the game 1, because it was too much. Like the time was clicking out, so he rushed it and he missed, and then he makes this one with 0.1 left,
Big redemption.
and it's like,
I don't even think you timed this one. This one you just try to do it and
Yeah,
hope.
just-
You just
Yeah.
hope that you get it in time.
the fact that you could see him anticipating the miss too. Like watching it in real time, he could tell that shit is off, and he's like, "Oh, man, I'm finna go get this," and like that shit. That's such a.
And you know
deflating
what's
way to
crazy
lose.
too? Like they started celebrating it so early before they
Jokic
can
was
even
like,
change.
I ain't wasting
Yeah,
none of
They
my
couldn't
energy.
even really
Yeah.
try to like
I ain't
go
wasting
back and
none
review it. They
of my
started celebrating.
energy.
People started coming on the court. It's like, well, we can't tell them, nah, go back.
Right.
Oh, yes, you can. If that shit ain't count, they would have told they had to sit
He didn't
down.
do anything.
Jokic was dominant in this game.
My
too.
boy knew he had a fourth quarter. I mean, overtime to play.
And
He wasn't finna waste no energy.
when they was making that run at third, Jokic was knocking that shit down from 3. He was getting on the block. And then in that fourth, when 20 seconds left, he go 1-on-1 against Zubac. He hit that little post-midi fade, put them up 2.
Shot was amazing.
Yeah, the shot was amazing. Oh, no, I don't think that didn't put him up 2. No, yes, it did. Put him up 2. Then Zubac had that tip in on the other end after James Harden missed the layup. And then we got the Aaron Gordon dunk to seal it all off.
I have no idea who's been better in this series anymore. Like which team?
I think it's.
I feel like the
I
Clippers
want to say
is
the
still
Clippers.
the better team.
I think the
Yeah.
Clippers are just the better team. I think they're the better team,
And they still
but
might lose.
But I was gonna say, the Nuggets seem like they're.
Well, they have
I
the better
guess they're
player.
more built for the moment, if that makes like I don't know, but I feel like they've been somewhat better down the stretch. Even though the Clippers seem like the better team, they seem like they're the team that can carry on from that run they just went on and take that into the
I
next
think the
game.
Nuggets have had some breaks. I can't give them better down the stretch. The Clippers took that game in the fourth quarter down the stretch and positioned themselves to.
And
go
if there's
into
an extra
overtime.
minute in this game, it's probably a Clippers win based on momentum and everything.
Yep.
But I think the Nuggets have had some breaks go their way, and it's up to them to now take advantage of it to win the series. Now at 2-2, they can inhale, exhale, because this was a depleted locker room after one of those games that they lost and they got their ass beat. Now they can breathe in, breathe out, and say, okay, we regain home court advantage. We've had some things break our way. Who cares? We ain't got to we ain't got to feel bad. This the basketball. And now we have to, in these last 3 games, play our best basketball and not depend on any breaks and win this series. We're going back to Denver. We've been here before. We're a championship team. We can win. And we've also had moments where we didn't have breaks, but we showed that we could be the better team. Like that third quarter that gave them the lead in the first place. Not saying that that's going to be the reality of them in every quarter instance, but they have phases that they can back on or fall back on to show how they can be the better team if they all come to play and do what they do. That's the best thing about the Nuggets starting lineup. Is it's so damn good that if everybody come and do what they do at a respectable level, they should always position themselves to have a chance to win. Michael Porter Jr., you just got to come in and do what you do,
perfectly
baby.
said, bro.
You ain't got to do nothing more than what you do.
That's perfectly said.
Even then, surprised that he's able to do it right now based on his
shoulder, yeah.
And that's
But it's not his shooting shoulder.
But that's the other reality they got to fall back on. I just said that and I forgot. Like Aaron Gordon just said he couldn't jump like he wanted to. He got the shoulder shit, and it's just like I love the position that they put themselves in, but we could also go in these last 3 games and start to see some of that shit
right now
come into play a little bit more.
The Clippers on the series are minus 164 betting, and then the Nuggets are plus 138. I'm gonna have to sprinkle a little something on plus 138. I can't lie.
They actually doing the Nuggets kind of dirty. I like what you said. It's just about keeping the game close, because no matter what, Jokic is just one of them dudes down the stretch. But Jamal Murray, again, when it's fourth quarter, he is turned up. Like, I'm expecting Jamal Murray to hit big shots. They had some times in one of the other games where Jamal Murray was just kind of left open, like with a couple minutes left. And it's he's not going to miss those at this point. It's too big of a moment to just be leaving him.
That was crazy to me. This is going to sound very crazy, but I love these conversations. And maybe one episode in the offseason we should come up with how a segment or episode where you try to find categories where regular players can be in a pool with elite. Because Jamal Murray is in that pool with Kevin Durant's, Steph Curry's, and Kawhi Leonard, where he is very great at response. Mm-hmm. There is nothing more depleting or like gut-wrenching than, especially when you're watching your own team, and I know, Mike, your series has been close, so you can relate. When it's a close game and Rui Hachimura hit the 3, and you like, hey, let's fucking go. We needed that
Nas
3.
Reed matches it immediately.
Nas Reed or Dante DiVincenzo come right up the court and make it and match it. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
That's why I said when Anthony Edwards is dancing at the top of the key, he just drained the 3. It's just like, it makes it worse because that shit was all easy, effortless, swaggy, and we just worked as hard as we can. And I know Rui probably not hitting that next one that he gets that like that. It is
so tough to see Mikal finally hit a 3, and then Malik Beasley come back the next possession and fuck him. Yeah. And it's just like, damn. Mm-hmm. But Jamal Murray in his whole career, though he's never been All-NBA, though he's never even been an All-Star, when you talk about just that singular part of the game and just having an answer and having a response to the thick and thin of the game where it's getting crucial, he is always there and ready to say, bet. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, damn, this is I don't think people take in consideration how big that be, because it's like, yeah, it's 11 minutes left or 10 minutes left in the fourth and it's still a 6-point game. But when that team go up 9 or 8 and you have a player come back down and just boom, they go a mid-range game. All right, we just respond. The response is, because then that 6-point lead could turn to 15 if you're not having your response. We see the games like that too, where you don't have a team responding, and before you know it, the 6-point game is now 13. And it's like, oh, shit. Now the team coming out and everybody pressing. Now everybody trying to wipe away a 13-point lead with one shot. And then before you know it, it's a 17-point game. It's like, oh, my fucking goodness.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I hate that part right there when you said some teams try to get it back in one shot.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to try to go out there and just shuck up threes just because you're down. You got to slowly chip away. No lead is ever just erased immediately.
Yeah. That's the most dangerous shit ever, boy. That's frustrating as hell when you watch a 6-point game turn into 15 in a blink of an eye. Mm-hmm. And team, that's sometimes how the Bucks be. The Bucks will be 4 or 5 points away. You go grab you a little snack out the drawer, and you come back and they down 13.
You know who the opposite of that? The Cavs. They'll let you hang around for a little bit.
And then blood and water.
A millisecond, avalanche happens.
That's why I love
They started slow and then they were just up like damn near a dub.
That's why I love a good bench, because you got DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome, who hey, this ain't no break. No. This ain't no break at all. It used to be Isaac Okoro, Craig Porter Jr. No disrespect. Different when it's Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter.
That's the luxury they have, because usually when you look at your bench in the postseason, you basically begging them, don't blow this lead. Yep. Don't let the other team go on a run. When you have players that can be like, no, we are the run. Like Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter, that's what makes them different. Mm-hmm. That's why you get to the point where the Lakers play 0 minutes for the others. They just can't afford for Jared Vanderbilt to come in and then a 5-0 run happens.
There was no one on that bench that he could trust to put into the game, especially when you're talking about even from an offensive standpoint.
Even in Denver, Chanchar, he checked in early in the first quarter, right? And it's like he give us 2 minutes. And it's a bad 2 minutes. Like, sorry, that means no. But Jalen Pickett, he fucked it up for all of y'all. Actually, no more Jalen Pickett. we really just got to run our guys because we can't afford to not do it.
My favorite thing in that game, I think it was the end of the third quarter, and the Clippers had the ball and it was inbound or something, and Jokic told them to put in DeAndre Jordan to guard the basket.
He's like Bill Russell.
I'm like, look at this. Yeah, on-court coach, player coach.
Player coach.
I remember when I got that badge in 2K, you had to earn it.
Was that just games played, though?
I think it might have been.
Or was it teammate grade?
It might have been teammate.
Remember
grade.
you had the earn mama mentality too? And Kobe
Yeah.
would like you get that message. Kobe's like, you now have the mama mentality. They don't know about
Bring it back to when the game used to just stop, like used to be mid-game and you just stop.
Get badges.
And you'd be like, you have now earned a shot creator grand badge.
Because now you got to work on doing the thing no more.
Type
Bring
in
that
that credit card.
Okay. How many more series do we got to get to?
The Magic. You want to talk about the Magic?
Knicks
Celtics?
Pistons.
Knicks, Pistons, and Magic. Celtics out of the last two. Let's go Magic, Celtics, just real quick. For what it's worth, I think that the Magic have played a good series.
Me
Yeah,
too.
no, I think
Me
they
too.
have definitely put up a fight.
Me too. That's all you can ask
Especially
for.
when you look at them being a 30th ranked offense. They've done a good job of using
I know
their,
Magic fans hate when you speak.
They do a
That
good
boy,
job.
we gotta
of
remind them, don't
it every time. We get it.
They do a good job of utilizing their elite defense to essentially keep these games close. And it's
Be
worked.
physical, rebound well,
Not sending in a bunch of help.
pray that Paolo and France can take us home.
Yeah. And,
That's really the rest.
They can't.
and yeah,
Not right now, at least.
They cannot.
they can. And,
They are missing Jalen
Yeah.
Suggs as well.
And Mo Wagner.
and KCP.
Shit, I don't know, man. It's
Yeah,
been
they is
KCP all
coming.
year. Ain't missing him.
Man, what a good signing in the moment, man.
It was such a beautiful signing.
It felt
Yeah, it
good
was-
too
it
because they
really
was
was.
taking them away
Why
from
are my
Denver
Sox
too.
doing that?
That's why I can't even be mad at them. They
Yeah,
did what
yeah.
they were supposed to
They
do.
did the right thing.
Like Spike.
And
You
just-
don't know what that means.
You don't?
No, I don't.
A damn shame.
You being serious?
They did the right thing like Spike.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up. Even if you never seen the movie, you haven't heard of it or anything.
No.
So why is Spike Lee Spike Lee?
I know he's a movie producer,
Director,
director.
mostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need some more mozzarella on this pizza, man.
He was crazy.
But as long as
You
you,
don't know a single Spike movie?
I don't really looking at who produced it.
That's fine.
I probably have watched a Spike
You
Lee
should
movie.
Right.
Let's see. I'm going to give you Spike Lee movies and you tell me if you ever seen them before.
You should watch that movie.
I
though.
over under.
Because like when y'all watch a movie, do you always look at the credits?
Spike Lee has a
Yes.
style. So, like, you know it's a Spike Lee movie in a lot of cases.
Oh.
I don't
I
watch
damn
a
near
lot.
think I watched that shit in school.
I don't watch a lot. You know how you look at movies by who acting?
Yeah.
I do that, but I also like when I find directors I like I love Guy Ritchie. I don't know if you know who Guy Ritchie is. Guy Ritchie's probably my favorite director. He is also like he has a style. So I love Lock, Stock, Smoking Barrels. He made The Gentleman that's on Netflix.
Okay.
I'm trying to have him ranked because I don't want to give you his deep cuts.
Because
A lot
I
of people
see
love
what you
Quentin
mean.
Tarantino.
I was gonna bring him up. Michael Bay be having all the explosions, don't he?
He know Michael Bay films.
Yeah.
You just don't know that you know Michael Bay films.
Oh.
You know,
Because you like Transformer movies.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
Michael Bay?
You know,
Oh.
you know Peele, who do the
Key and Peele, yeah.
Jordan.
Jordan Peele, yeah.
Yeah, you know the type of style
Yeah.
he's doing.
I'm assuming you just haven't seen Do the Right Thing. Because
You don't even know
He
what
didn't
it
even
is.
know
I
that
didn't
was a
know it was a
movie.
movie.
until you
Black
said-
Klansman is one of his newest ones over the last 5
That
or
was the
7
book I
years.
was reading.
Oh, no.
Never that Crooklyn.
No.
Oh my fucking goodness.
Crooklyn has some of the best
Oh my fucking goodness.
visual shots, like the camera.
Hurry up and do this shit so we can get on, cause I'm about to.
They don't have them. I don't want to give again them super deep cuts because if you don't know them, then I know you don't
Let me
know
load
them.
my shit up in case I had to bust a cap. in it.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm, no, I haven't seen the movie.
Have you seen the?
I don't
No,
think
wait.
so.
I haven't seen the movie. What was that supposed to mean? Have you?
I
read the
knew who
book?
Malcolm X was.
Have you
but
read a book?
No.
Seen a interview? Watched
No.
a speech? So who is Malcolm X?
He was a black activist from back in the day.
He got game.
I think we had to learn about him in school.
I
But,
don't
like-
think so. I don't remember learning about Malcolm X in school.
Yeah, it was Black History Month.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Not in depthly. I don't.
Not as much as
Yeah,
It's a little
probably
bit
not
more
in-depthly,
vaguer.
but I think we.
They gave us the Rosa Parks, Martin Luther,
And that's it.
rinse and repeat. I ain't
See,
never
that's
sat
enough.
down and I ain't never opened up a textbook and seen Malcolm X.
He got game.
No.
That's one of my mama's favorite.
We knew that.
Basketball.
favorite
We
movie.
knew that. Yeah.
School Days. That's my mom's favorite movie. My mama loves some fucking School
Bro, I
Days.
might have He Got Game on DVD, like at my mama's house.
No School Days, I'm assuming.
No.
Some of these other ones I know you're not gonna know. He's not. No.
But
What about the bad movie video, music video? Michael Jackson.
Have I seen the music video? Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You know at least.
that leg shaking, you might have to ask him something.
I don't remember the
Oh, okay.
video, but I've definitely seen it. I've seen the Thriller one.
But that's not Spike Lee.
Oh no, I was just naming Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
music.
Yeah. Come on, man. Give my man's a break. Give my man's a break.
Shout out to King of Pop.
He did Inside Man.
Hell
Damn,
no.
had you in stitches.
I was just thinking about the RDC skit.
What,
Dude,
which
he was
one?
acting like he said he from Gary, Indiana. You know when they call him the King of Pop, right? He had to say, bro, that is not what they call him that. Hell no. Okay.
And I remember these movie conversations is interesting because I feel like there was a conversation we used to have on Through the Wire about these movies. So I'm not surprised. Nah, Do the Right Thing, I thought you would know because even without seeing the movie, I done heard
I think I showed Elena that movie.
that rap, that's such a rap line. Do the right thing, like Spike. I feel like I've heard, that's almost like Glock got the Curry in it. Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those bars that people found. 9 on him. Ibaka. Iguodala with the 9 on him.
Bro, have you ever seen it where, and I just seen it, so I'm mad I can't think about the example.
Just the NBA player to number thing goes all the way. Because even Mike had a bar. He said, I put 13 in his chest like he Jalen Brunson.
30 to his chest, Jalen Brunson.
That shit was
That was before he was a Knick, too. That was when he was
Yeah,
still a
because
man.
he's what number with the Knicks?
He number
Not 13.
he number 11.
I
Yep.
never noticed that.
Give me my belt on my gun.
Is 13 retired? Rest in peace to Dick Barnett, by the way. Is 13 retired?
Rest in peace. It has to be. No,
Well,
no.
did someone
Tyler
already have
Kolek
it?
wears it, I think.
Oh, brother.
This
So
Tyler
Jalen
Kolek?
Brunson just wanted to rinse away the Dallas vibes, I guess.
13 ain't
He the one twice over. He the new 11.
They don't know that. Who is that?
Once, twice over here. I forgot.
Damn.
I'm telling you, I think
Ain't that
Tyler
Lil Wayne?
Kolek wear it.
Come on now. It's close, though.
I forgot.
Gotcha.
I'm the one twice over. I'm a new 11, and if I die, I'm gonna do a rap.
Okay.
I never do a second. I swear, be eyeing me all
Oh, Evan
hard and
Fournier
lying
had
to
the number
Akers.
13 when Jalen Brunson
That's
got
Drake.
Oh, okay.
You said
That's
who?
Drake.
Evan Fournier.
I would have told his ass. Come on now.
It's a lot of good number 13s in Knicks history, man. Luke Longley.
Damn. You
Time out. Let me ask this question. You know who Luke Longley is?
Mm-mm.
You know who Luke Longley is?
Yeah.
Who is Luke Longley?
The big man?
For what?
What do you know him most for? What team?
Hey, man, I'm gone.
I don't know.
Oh.
Shit might be a college team.
No. He's a
what the fuck was he a part of?
He's a 3-time NBA champion. What does that let you know?
He was a what, KB?
3-time NBA champion.
Oh.
He's on team with Jordan.
Yes.
Fuck out.
Come on, man.
just sound
3-peat
right.
center, man. So my question to y'all, I know y'all don't really know him. First 3-peat or second 3-peat?
First.
No.
He's in the second. Yeah, gotcha, D-Bill.
He pretty much started every single playoff game for that second 3-peat.
Oh, man.
So that means y'all ain't watched Last Dance or nothing.
I
That's the
didn't
dude
watch
he
Last
a
Dance.
hit.
No, when I say watch it,
That's Scott
you watch
Burrell.
it.
Scott Burrell's a black man. Not Luke
I know.
Longley.
Hey, he probably hit Luke too.
He did hit Steve Kerr. He just had hands for everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember that Chameleonaire story?
You're supposed. Yes, Mike was like, man.
Man, it be so many. Yeah,
y'all
you're
know the
right. I
Chameleonaire
should have
story?
known that.
Just from the
I be getting
legendary
my
teams on 2K.
big white centers mixed up sometimes.
I'm sure they don't. So tell it.
Chameleonaire. This was like 20 years ago. I remember there was a YouTube video I watched when I was a kid of Chameleonaire telling a story about why he hate Michael Jordan. Because he went up to Mike. This is the short of it. It's a 15-minute video if I'm not mistaken. He went up to Michael Jordan at some type of party. And he was like, Michael Jordan was doing stuff. So normally I don't ask for pictures or pictures or interviews, but he's already doing it. So I'm gonna walk up to him and say, "What's up? I'm Chameleonaire." Yada yada. Because he said he was standing alongside Spike Lee, who, funny enough, because we just talking about Spike Lee, and an NBA player. I forget who it was. Anyway, and he's like, "What's up? I'm Chameleonaire. Is it cool if we get a picture?" I don't remember if he asked for a picture or autograph. Regardless, and Mike like dogged him. Like straight up saying, man, get the fuck out of here, calling them all out his names, N-words, B-words, yada, yada, yada. Chameleon was like, man, bro, we just did your charity event and I paid $7,000 for your charity. He was like, if you want this picture, you want this jersey, pay me 15, when I say 7 million? 7,000. Yeah. If you want this picture or this autograph, pay me 15,000 right now and I got you. And Chameleon's like, damn, bro, I've been rocking with you forever, man. I used to live in Chicago, yada, yada, yada. Mike went forward. And then he said, Spike Lee dapped me up. Is like, man, I'm sorry. You know how Mike be.
Yeah.
They do say mean your idol.
Shit just reminded me of that DeMar DeRozan shit.
That is like, I haven't watched that video in 13 years for like, but that's ingrained in my mind when I think about Michael Jordan and Chameleonaire, I guess.
Well, they say Mike was an asshole.
Yeah. Not my goal. When I met LeBron, he took
still
all
like that.
Yeah. For him, he doesn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't do public events at all.
Yeah.
So that just makes you feel like he's just secluded on the golf course.
He don't owe y'all shit.
Gambling.
He don't owe you nothing.
Smoking cigars.
He got his own gambling table, so when he gamble, he just go back to
He
himself.
don't need you to buy his Jordans.
Who was that? Was that not Lance Deshaun Stevenson? Didn't he have an ATM in his house?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wait, let me see who it was.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was Deshaun
Bro,
Stevenson.
like, why you need that?
Gambling.
For
People come
gambling.
over
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I think when Jordan golf, he like the whole he just rinsed the whole course out. Like no one could play.
I
him.
doubt it.
Like
the people that's
Deshaun
playing
Stevenson was the one with the ATM.
The people that he playing golf with on those courses don't care that he probably Michael
Exactly.
Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think so. Them country clubs and all that expensive shit.
Yeah,
Like,
they all multimillionaires.
Jordan's out here again. Told you not to come up here on
Golf
Wednesdays.
is the perfect thing for a celebrity to get into anyway, because you can't do all that. Can't run. I'm going to drive my car all the way to hole 9. No, hell no. They going to get my ass up off of there.
Well, hole 9 is on the turn, so.
Huh?
Hole 9 is a turn, so you don't have to drive that far. Hole 9 and hole 1 are usually right next to each other.
That's true.
oh yeah.
Nerd.
Or is this golfer? I saw that Saquon Barkley was golfing with President Trump the other day.
He was, yeah. And apparently the Eagles are going to the White House.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles, I guess.
And it was funny because when they won, they said they weren't going.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to opt out of that one.
We know who ain't.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon will be right there. All right, but yeah, shout out to the Magic. They've been giving a good series. We know we've talked about what they should do for the future. Go get more shooting. Go get some creation. Last series that we haven't got to is Knicks versus Pistons. We already talked about a little bit the end of that game where
one more game.
Tim Hardaway Jr. gets
want to say it right now, KB. I hate to cut you off. But because of the last bet I made, I want to make it abundantly clear.
I forgot I made that damn
did somebody
bet.
make a bet with me, or did they all make them with you? Did I get in on that?
Y'all was trying to make a bet. But
I don't even remember what it was about.
Well, I'm going to remind you of our bet.
What was our bet?
200 from him, 200 for you.
200? Bro, you see the smile on this? I vividly remember that shit was $100. He trying to up that.
I thought it was $100 too. I was over here thinking like,
He say, all right, I'm going to have it.
Oh, shit. Oh, Mike face. I tried to hold it in my lab, but your face was like,
damn, you ain't got 200, gang?
I do, but I ain't finna pay more than I have to.
But yeah.
That's like when people be talking, what you be telling me? You say, I ain't never bought nothing on sale. I pay full price.
Hey, he said that to me when I put the picture of the Bulls outfit that I got for Avery.
Yeah, you bogus as hell. Gonna get his daughter something half off.
I would in the group chat like pay the full price, motherfucker.
Oh man, what the hell? Gonna wait to buy her some shit the day before her birthday. This a winter wear. They gonna drop the price but closer to her birthday. But no,
Real dog.
The Knicks got to win another game. It ain't over. But when this is over, I expect the next episode.
$2
difference.
Hey, that mean everything to D-Man. You know, it had to be bargaining.
I got scared for y'all when JB went down.
Oh, for sure. I think the
I
whole
was like,
world
with the
kind of
offense-
got
I'm
scared.
finna say you got scared for me. I got scared for
Nah,
myself.
I got scared for the Knicks.
I had to sit up on my mama's couch, make sure ain't no shit. Ain't just shit on her couch.
But hey,
I was scared.
hell
I was scared.
when he came back though, I feel like who was that talking about? Who was that talking about when he threw that ball?
He threw that ball.
When he came out that tunnel. And
No,
Jalen,
still, I wasn't enough for me. I needed to see
He
him
was high as
score.
hell. That post-game interview, he was incoherent, boy. He wasn't saying nothing but a bunch of words.
he
together.
looked like he could barely, bro. He got up and
And he
fell
fell
right
to-
back
he fell
down.
back
I'm
down
like,
to the
there's
ground.
no
I'm
way
like-
he coming back.
Then he
again.
came on a court, and I'm like, oh, he's a decoy. But then he
Yeah.
started attacking.
First time he got the ball, he drove hard to this. Drove
He had a
hard to
layup
the
where he had
rim.
an all backboard.
Hella
and I was
contact
like-
on the layup. I'm like, he cool. He cool. They didn't shot him with that
Are you talking
that
about a miss?
stuff.
Yeah.
He had one where he threw it off the backboard and then went in. That's the one I was thinking of.
No, his first shot when he came back from, he hit an all backboard layup and he missed, and I was like, oh shit. But then
But what,
from there it was just up.
what make him so bad though?
Talk
like
about
just
it.
a bad man.
Yeah.
The Knicks is struggling off. I mean, they didn't. I don't even think they
The
scored.
water was turned off for sure.
He come in the game. Everything changed. He said, "Don't worry, I got it. It don't matter what I'm on.
I was
got
talking
it."
to Combo, and he was like, yeah, you know, Knicks fans got on me because I said Cade better than Jalen Brunson. And I was like, I definitely got Jalen Brunson right now. Next 5 years, give me Cade. He was like, why? Or whatever. Now, I couldn't even go into that. I'm just like, the shit Jalen Brunson do is just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, he's just going fucking nuts.
There's not really many players currently that I trust with the ball in their hands in those last 2 minutes.
That's his size. It's
And
crazy.
I just
That's
trust
what
they
makes it
just gonna
crazy.
put
It's
a
like
bucket.
uncharted territory. We just haven't seen it.
And you know what's crazy about all this? I'm talking to you, Mike. They are part of the combo. But you know what's so crazy about all of this?
What?
We got him from a team that had him and Luke.
He was the backup.
They said we
He
don't
had
need
that
Nick.
one playoff run. Remember when Luka Doncic
Against
didn't
the
play in the
Jazz?
beginning?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he started to start in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's
And then
when
they
he-
had Spencer Dinwiddie
incredible.
coming out. That was when they used to have 3-shot creators.
He's always been good, but that series, Jalen Brunson, like that catapulted him into.
Yeah, and just the thing, the Mavs just didn't pick up. The Mavs didn't pick up that phone.
You damn near have to have. You have to have one of those type of pickups where you get somebody where you kind of see it before it happens, and you kind of gotta like the Shays or the Jalen Brunsons where it just makes it easier to rebuild versus like we need to get our guy.
'Cause
We
you
got to
remember,
give up
KB
4 or
ain't
5
like when we
picks to get our
signed him.
guy. What happened?
KB ain't like when we
I think I
signed
gave him
him.
a B-. I gave him a
He
B-
ain't
for
like
the
it.
offseason.
He was trying to talk a little dumb ass shit.
I thought that
I didn't think he would have sinned this way.
nobody thought he was going to be a top 10 player in the league.
The Knicks did. We all did. We were so happy. That was our guy. It was him and Tyus Jones.
What could have been for
No,
Tyus.
real shit. Do y'all remember that? It was like him and
Yeah.
Tyus. I'm like, we don't get Jalen Brunson. We got Tyus. That's crazy.
I vividly remember giving it a B-.
DeJounte Murray was in that sweepstake for us too. Remember, it was like all these different point guards we could get.
And I know it's like just in the moment, but I can't see nobody else other than Jalen Brunson in that Knicks
Yeah.
jersey. No.
Same.
DeJounte would have looked weird. In
Lit ass braids, he be.
And now we got the Josh Hart podcast too with him. So like it all worked out.
What's the
Perfect.
name of his podcast?
I forgot.
That's fair.
Do you know?
Roommates.
Roommates. Yeah.
Yeah. But
You think he watching they shit and he ain't watching yours?
but Tim Hardaway Jr. was fouled, so they got robbed.
Yeah, that was a foul.
And what makes it even crazy is that the ref's standing right next to him.
Yeah.
Like he's damn near shoulder to shoulder with them, and he just watching it, and he
Yeah,
just
man.
don't even blow the whistle.
That's why you can't keep saying it every episode. You got to make sure you don't leave a game in the hands of the refs, man. They'll fuck you over.
Yeah, I agree, but I just
Especially
like
if it was
saying
by
it
one.
was a foul
Yeah, I
because
do
it was
too,
it was a foul.
I
but
really
they just didn't
don't
call
care.
it.
Yeah.
I love it too. It was a foul,
Yeah.
but they didn't call it. So
We ball. Not we. I'm not a Knicks.
Bro, and I
Three
seen-
one.
I'm a Knicks fan.
Oh, you know?
you know he's not a Knicks fan, but he's about to be a Knicks victim. And we paying that money. That was my main point. When this series is over and that next episode come, I'm not reminding anybody of their money. If you ain't got my money, that tax is going up because I waited
interest?
too long for that fucking fine.
But what if he don't go to the bank though? You gonna have to wait for the next time you go to
I
the
hope
bank.
he don't, because then it's gonna go to 125 and then 150, 175, and 200.
That used to be something you could say, but now with Zelle,
I was gonna say he
Cash
just
App,
Apple.
No, I want my shit in my hand, KB.
Okay.
Oh,
You
know,
do
I
feel a
can't
little
just-
better.
No, you cannot.
It feel like extra money a little
True,
bit.
them singles did hit when he brought me the singles.
He
I can't
he
lie.
can, you can't, because you do extra. There's 2 years of picking against the Knicks. Then we all in the Discord. He just be saying right there, fuck the Knicks. We ain't even talking about the Knicks. I just in the background, he just said, fuck the Knicks. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Knicks ain't even playing right now. Me and Mike are like on 2K, and all I hear, fuck the Knicks. I'm like, what? What?
Is that true?
I did do that a few times.
I'm like, what the
A few
heck?
times, damn.
And it was funny. He wasn't responding.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, so he was doing it for a response and didn't get
I think
it.
Mike was streaming. Somebody may have said something like, and you hear Mike like, yeah, he might have got fouled. And you just hear him in the background, like a little delayed though, like, fuck the Knicks. And I'm like, what's to him?
Oh, Lord.
He just keep going on what he doing.
Because I wasn't I could say he got fouled. I wasn't
And you
finna,
can't say fuck all 12 of your teams.
right. But no, yeah.
Who we got? Bucks, Bulls, Raptors, Spurs, Blazers,
Jazz.
Nuggets. We
Wow.
love the Nuggets from the Andre Iguodala's.
Yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves from last year. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Dallas Mavericks
The
from last
Wizards
year.
when they had Russ.
Hey, they stole that one game.
The Magic. Big Paolo Banchero guy.
Bro, that's 9 teams right there, buddy.
Big shout out to Paulo having a big boy series.
And somehow none of
Again.
your teams are good. That's the craziest part about it all. You pick 4 teams and none of them are good.
It happened like that. Rebuilds.
Maybe he's gonna have the turnaround where all
of
four of
them,
his
they're in the
all
final 4
of them
teams
are really
in the
good.
conference finals.
Boy gonna come with a Jazz jersey, Blazer hat, Dame
No, it's
shoes.
gonna be like when parents had their kids going against each other. It's like halfway.
split jerseys.
It's like
Oh,
a half OKC jersey, half Utah Jazz jersey.
Yeah,
Williams in the
I
back.
remember
I ain't
like
gonna lie, I need the Thompson jersey where it's half Pistons, half Rockets.
a
I
long
need
time
The
ago,
jerseys stink.
I
AJ
need that,
Hawk and Brady Quinn played against each other in like the national championship game, Notre Dame versus like Ohio State. And I want to say AJ Hawk's sister or something was married or dating Brady Quinn, some shit. And that shit.
Is
that was
AJ
a-
Hawk the one that's on the Pat McAfee show?
Yes.
They be just staring at the camera.
Yes. Smoking cigars and shit.
What a life.
No, but his sister or whatever was the first person I ever seen. This is like 2007. She was the first person I ever seen have a split jersey. It was half Brady Quinn, half AJ Hawk. And
What's-
I remember I seen somebody with a
What's the fullback name that plays for the 49ers? Kyle
Yes, with
His
the long-
wife does a
Kyle
bunch of.
Juszczyk.
she make the customs.
She make the custom.
Yeah.
That's just so raw to me. What's his name?
Juszczyk.
Something like that. Something like that. Something like that.
Kyle
Yeah,
Juszczyk.
so
People know who I'm talking about.
AJ Hawk and Brady Quinn were on opposing teams in the 2006 Fiesta Bowl. Hawk, a linebacker for the Ohio State, sacked Quinn, the Notre Dame quarterback, twice. Hawk's future wife, Laura Hawk, was Brady Quinn's sister. So I had it flipped. But yeah, she was the
Damn,
first
you
person.
old boy.
Yeah, this is
Motherfucker remember
2006, yeah.
stuff.
I'm telling you, I had never seen no shit like, oh wow, Pat McAfee wore the fucking jersey I'm talking about.
Oh,
did?
that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
he
dope.
went. He wore it on like.
Oh,
an
wow,
episode.
that's crazy.
Yeah, see, I know my shit, man.
Shout out to Pat.
So I could do a colleges of what college you went to for football too. Don't get it fucked up. The old
I'm
one.
gonna say Alabama.
This new
Right,
shit.
just go Alabama.
Yeah, this new shit,
Georgia.
Georgia, Alabama.
You're gonna be right.
What college?
USC if it's a little throwback.
Yeah, Matt
USC,
Liner, Reggie
yeah.
Bush, Mike Williams. What college did
Shout out to the Pistons though. They
Devin
been,
Hester go to? No, fuck the Pistons.
Georgia.
come on, man.
Georgia.
Respect Devin Hester.
You heard that?
Fuck the Pistons.
No. Real shit though. To make sure we wrap up the basketball stuff. No, real talk. Respect to the Pistons. They've been hooping. I think Cade Cunningham has put the basketball world on notice, and I think they have something going there. Like I like the direction of this team. I think they're fiery, and I think this playoff experience is going to go big for them in the long run. And obviously, again, this series ain't over.
Yeah.
The Knicks got one more game to win.
They have already shown that they can win in the Garden.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tobias Harris had a really good game last game. Him
I also
getting in
don't
foul
know the
trouble.
I don't know
was
if
a
we
big
mentioned
reason
Cat's
why.
name, but Cat had a hell of a game.
Yes,
Oh,
a hell
yeah.
of a fourth
Shout out to
quarter
Big
as well.
Purr.
Some big shots. I also don't know the response of JB's body. So, I'm also prepping for that.
Oh, yeah, when that adrenaline run off with those ankles, you feel it a lot more.
They play tonight, right?
Even if he plays, it's like you got to prepare for him to maybe be timid or so. I don't know.
Yeah, they play tonight. 6
I had one more little basketball thing too.
I'm tired of talking basketball.
It's real quick. We're gonna basically just rank these series
the
in terms of like
Pistons ain't getting no
physicality.
fucking
So
love.
which team has been the most
He
physical?
cut me off and I was trying to get a Pistons love, but go ahead.
Which series has been the more physical ones?
Okay.
First off, we got Warriors Rockets. Obviously, it was super physical yesterday. Super.
I think that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sneaky.
Pistons, Knicks.
I think sneaky Celtics versus Magic they've been punching the hell. Well, the Magic been punching the hell out of the Celtics, and they just been like, ow. Ow.
Yeah, Porzingis did get his head bust.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was blood in that series. So, yeah. It actually,
He
that
came
one might
back
be
with
number one.
blood.
Yeah, you're right. The Pistons Knicks would be one if Isaiah Stewart was playing.
Yeah. Get well soon. To
Yeah.
his knee or
Yeah,
whatever.
get well soon.
Yeah, well,
But on a game by game basis, I think
Warriors,
the Warriors Rockets is probably number one. Realistically, they hate
Shout out
each
to
other.
them because for the first couple of games they wasn't calling nothing.
Yeah. I actually almost hated last night game. I hit the group chat like this game sucks.
I think that was I felt like that was carryover of the Heat wasted our fucking time so much that I would have just preferred to have Rockets Warriors and just win about. Going forward when a team is up 3-0, that's not on my slate. I'm going to continue to take my dog out for a walk. We're going to drive. We might go to
I
the
went to
mall.
Chick-fil-A after during the first quarter.
I ain't sitting there acting like I got to just dive into this shit no more. Wasting my damn
I
time.
I
thought
was
Reggie,
contemplating in delivery, but I was like, this shit, so why would I spend more money to get
I ate Chick-fil-A too yesterday. They got my order wrong.
I thought
but
Reggie Miller
still
had
good.
made like a good comment too, and I'm still talking about the physicality. The other game was kind of weak, but
Did
like,
you see the All the Smoke interview?
no.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
But Reggie
He got a
Miller,
good interview with All the Smoke.
he did.
That's the one where he was saying he was struggling.
Did he
around
look
chest.
high?
Huh?
Did he look high?
No. Why would Reggie Miller look high?
He said he's on all the smoke.
There's actually a part in that where he says like, "I've never smoked in my
okay.
life," and Matt Barnes was like, "Until today," he was like, "No, I'm just high off life." They over there trying to get motherfuckers high.
He made a good point when he was saying that like, how hard is it for the the refs
know
to
who
just
that is
switch
right
it
there?
on?
In a blue shirt?
Oh,
That's Ryan Scheckler.
No.
I thought he
left.
pointed
I've
at me
seen
till I
him
was right.
before.
You know who that is, right, Mike?
No, hell no.
You don't know who that is to the left?
No.
That's why NFL is crazy.
Yeah,
That's Josh Allen.
that's the fucking MVP of the league.
Oh, I was like, his face looks so familiar.
He don't got his helmet on or his
Yeah.
wife next to him, so you don't.
It's hard
Well,
for
he
me to
don't got no
notice
team
football
gear
players
on.
No,
outside of
for
their
sure,
uniform
for sure.
sometimes.
He played a game. He played football
Yeah.
shit so much that I.
If he had his hat off, I'd probably tell a little bit more too. I think the head of hair gives it away.
But
I don't see his face too many often. Or like I'm not watching shit with Josh Allen.
no, it's
interviews.
NFL. They got helmets on.
But he was saying that like, how hard is it for the refs to kind of just switch it to? Because the whole regular season, they're just kind of like, the playoffs is so differently ref than it is the regular season that when they finally do get to the playoffs and it's a lot more physical and it's a lot more of that, how hard is it to just like switch the flip on that? And I thought that was kind of like
The
interesting.
refs probably fucking enjoy it because they probably get tired of all the complaining in the regular season that when it come playoff time, you either adjust or you don't. Like, so that's your choice whether you going to adjust to how we blowing this whistle or not. And then if you keep arguing with me, your ass gonna get teed up.
Are you?
Not Draymond, but
Oh, okay.
Hey, the
They
Warriors
gonna
got,
give him
the Warriors
one
got very
flavor.
lucky, bro.
hey, that
In one tech.
If that was a technical foul the second time, the Warriors don't win that.
Of course not.
hey,
Like that's
He a
so
jackass
lucky.
for even putting him in a
That's so
position.
That's my
lucky,
whole
bro.
thing.
He was smiling too afterwards. So he's just like, yeah.
I keep
I
the
got
same
away with it
sentiment with
again.
like the Knicks. It's like you can't control it. It happens or whatever. And it's the same sentiment there. It ain't no excuse. The Rockets still had a chance to win and ever. But my frustration is not with the Warriors or they fans for being happy that they won. It's that Draymond just has no awareness. He still, after all these years, don't know how much he means to that team.
I think he has awareness. I just think he realizes that he can really test the waters and see
Man,
how.
at this point, he's
But why
not even
do-
testing the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he talking to those refs and being aggressively speaking, that's one thing. He pulling like
He pulled a leg.
He know that they could call that for a tech, even if it's
Yeah.
just a double tech and he's gone. Like, why even be in that position? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You see a lot of players do something and they'll just be like this the rest of the game. Like, I ain't know nothing. He bumped it to me. I ain't doing it. Draymond don't be doing
Didn't he came in the game last game and he tried to like talk? Apparently he tried to apologize or try to go up to
To Tar Eason?
Tar Eason and be like, my bad or whatever. It's just like, Just don't even do that in the
And
heat of
then
the
he
moment.
ended up
'Cause if Tari
pushing-
Eason respond
Yeah.
in the wrong way, then it's just gonna add to it.
Well, no,
like,
what was crazy is that he pushed him in, telling him to get the fuck away from me.
yeah,
and
just
then
like doing shit.
I'm just like, he almost just escalated this even more.
He was saying that, yeah.
I think that he just loves being center of attention because even when he got that stop, he goes to Reggie Miller, who's on the broadcast, and say, "This is what I do, Reg."
Yeah.
Like,
I
he just
literally
loves it.
said, I was like, look at Draymond. This man found the camera.
Yes,
Like,
yes, he did. He literally went to the camera to mouth. I forget what he mouthed, but
And Reggie said, they don't want that smoke. He wanted that smoke. Why they tried to go at Dre? He took that personal. They went at him. I'm like, yeah, man. I don't know. I always like the Warriors, like what they do. I like Draymond's game. I just hate the fact that he don't, after all these years, after all that's going on, to have Steph Curry there. Y'all got Jimmy Butler. Y'all season can't come down. Like, cause can you imagine he get ejected? The Rockets end up winning that game. It's 2-2. Man.
he just has the longest leash I think we've ever seen.
easily. But back to your question, that series is number one. What do y'all think series number two as far as physicality goes?
I would probably say
Probably the Boston Celtics and the Magic.
either that one or the Pistons Knicks.
Yeah.
It's one of the two, right? I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And whatever ain't 2 is 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the other series that I had was Clippers Nuggets and then also Lakers Wolves.
I don't really get physicality in those series that much.
The
I
most,
like
I would put the
most
Wolves.
physical
I would
thing
put
they
the
had
Wolves
was when Rudy damn near elbowed Bron on the
LeBron
neck.
Damn
of the
near.
head.
He did.
He did, yeah.
about that?
His ass sucks. He's been bad, bro.
Oh, man.
Easily his worst series of his career. Both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
More on the offensive side.
Well, no, he's not rebounding the ball that well either.
No, yeah, you're right.
And some
don't
of that
have
shit is
to, though.
inexcusable. Like
Part of it is that, I mean, they're pulling him out of the paint, right? It's not like, what Pierre's saying, it's not like the Lakers are getting 12 offensive boards a quarter or something.
Yeah.
But I also meant like,
But he also is too damn big that be having he's averaging 5 rebounds.
I can
in a
agree with that
series.
too.
no, yeah, my thing is his job is so simple right now that he don't even have to get the rebound. Just him trying from every game that I've watched, they're going to foul him. It's going to be an over the back. Lakers got so many loose ball fouls because nobody is as big or nearly the size of Rudy that they just get on top of him and grab him or try to hold him down. Whatever. KV is crazy, but they're fouling him.
Yeah.
And that just helps the Timberwolves get into a bonus quicker and easier. So I just be like, bro, just go up there. You know what I mean? Just cook with Kaya and get to the offensive glass.
yeah. Like I said, some of that shit is inexcusable, bro. I couldn't imagine being 7-2 and you just smoke, and you're not even dunking and you laying the ball up.
He be laying the ball up
I'm
right
no
at the
longer
rim.
asking.
Bro.
I'm no longer asking for this shit. I'm no longer asking for him to score.
That's the shit that
Just
be
rebound
like,
the ball.
I
Just
see why they
rebound the
don't throw
ball.
you the ball, Rudy.
Just rebound.
Just rebound the ball, Rudy. Or don't. Because it hasn't mattered as much.
Bro, my
true.
girl said I cannot watch this shit at work.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Our next series would be the Warriors. And I think we might still get 20 to 25 minutes a game. Rudy Gobert opposed to the normal 35. in
Yeah,
that
'cause
potential
Steph-
He gonna get Draymond kicked out of some game.
Yeah, because Steph Curry's going to do similar shit.
Who guarding Ant?
Jimmy.
Who guards Steph?
Jaden McDaniel.
Yeah.
Nikhil, too.
Yeah, Nikhil.
Anthony Edwards.
That's a lot of pressure on
Yeah,
him to
'cause-
chase that brother around.
No, he
I
don't-
can see Anthony Edwards
not
guarding.
like that, but you know when he gets switched on to people.
Oh, yeah. He'll hold it
I
down.
can see Anthony Edwards guarding Jimmy, though. I think he'll take Jimmy from the jump.
I think you don't want to put him in that position to maybe get into foul trouble.
I would put Jaden.
No, you putting Jaden on Steph, and you probably, with the foul trouble.
I would have
I
put
don't
Jaden
know.
on Steph.
Draymond might guard him then.
Maybe you start Nikhil. It ain't like Mike Conley starting has done a lot for this series. Maybe you start
Yeah.
Nikhil and have him guard Steph Curry.
I think he could be better in that in the Golden State
I don't
series
think they
than,
finna bench
than the
Mike Conley.
Lakers. The Lakers,
I'm not disagreeing, but
the Lakers, they was gonna
they could
literally
bench Mike
pip
Conley
on.
right fucking now. Is what I'm saying, KB.
Yeah. But they need the idea of him maybe throwing a lob to Rudy Gobert.
So I say, what's the starting lineup?
For who?
Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Rudy.
Yep.
I'm assuming the question really is who is Rudy guarding?
Draymond.
Yeah.
All that handoff,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah,
handoff
that's true.
standoff.
That's true.
You would think Julius Randle guards Draymond. But then what would Rudy guard? Well, also, the Warriors have done multiple starting lineups. Mm-hmm. Quentin Post has played. Quentin Post has not started.
Yesterday we saw Ime go with Alperen Sengun guarding Pods. Pods shot him out of it eventually.
Yeah.
But maybe that's something.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had one time where they tried to put Rudy on Jimmy. And just like let him shoot. Let him take some of them jumpers.
That's not a bad idea strictly off that.
How you feel about that?
No.
I don't like disrespecting Jimmy Butler.
I don't either.
Because Jimmy Butler's going
But sometimes you just got to pick something.
Going to try to get to the rim more than anything. Mm-hmm. If he wants to sit in the corner, sit on the wing and shoot threes.
Rudy going to foul his ass 2 times to start the game. Sit down.
Yeah, maybe.
I see what you're saying, though. You do have to pick something. So you're right. Maybe
it's not a bad option out of all of them.
Yeah. It'll be tough. Because also, it's not like Jimmy's bad at creating a space. Like,
it's not going to be easy. I'm just saying, I think you would rather him try to take those jumpers from 15-plus foot out versus him kind of having his way in the paint. Him in the paint he's probably getting 10 free throws, too.
He's still going to have possession where he just blow around him and get to the rim.
You'll have to try
You'll take that, though. You'll take that. Because when people blow past Rudy, he still has the length to contest you and block it from behind.
Yeah. You're right.
This is coming from the group chat now. The NBA chat is done. Who y'all got, the Gorilla or 100 Men?
I got the Gorilla, bro.
I got the Gorilla, too. I had the 100 Man, but then I seen a simulator. That Gorilla was getting them folks out there. There was a simulator?
I seen that too.
That's not
the
realistic,
first person
though.
as an example.
Yeah, because
gorillas aren't that much taller than humans.
It was like an AI KB.
Oh, okay.
And some of the men.
I was curious because I was like, silverbacks aren't that big. And then I looked up
the gorilla was 5'8".
Yeah.
The first 10
what the fuck
people
you
as
basing this on height for?
Because like in the simulator that you're talking about, he was towering over all the men. Like
he's going to tower over them, though.
That wasn't my problem with that simulator thing. My problem was they were just going at him like bots. Yeah, there was no coordination with the actual
You're not,
people.
man.
There's no
you're
amount
not
of
putting
coordination
no fucking.
that's
You're not
killing
putting
a
no. It's a fucking wild animal who you pissed off.
I didn't know silverback gorillas were that small in height.
Yeah.
4 to 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 2,000 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
They're short.
Yeah.
No, they're not 2,000. The average weight of a silverback is probably like 400 pounds.
350.
Oh, the capability of lifting 2,000 pounds.
It's like a ton.
The thing is going to be so big. Height is not the only thing you're talking about size.
But he also just said the max weight is usually 350.
I'm taking. All right. If this is so probable, let's do it.
Not the max weight, but the
Not me, but let's
about to say, all right.
Let's find the 100
this shit has been so hot. Somebody's gonna try. Somebody's gonna try. It's gonna be a group of people that's
this
gonna try.
body shape is insane, bro.
They have a big ass wingspan though. They have like an 8-foot wingspan.
Sign up the 100 motherfuckers. I will pay money to see this shit.
It's gonna happen soon.
Keep in mind,
bro.
a gorilla
it's been
can
too
lift
hot of a
4,000
topic.
pounds.
But I do think about it.
Does the gorilla know that this is the goal?
He don't have to know. When the first motherfucker who thump him, he gonna get the message.
Start smashing
that adrenaline, that flight, life or death, flight or flight, that shit kicking in immediately.
You know Maurice?
Built to it.
Yes.
Maurice was about that shit.
Yes.
He didn't get into that bag very often, but when he did, it was he pulled down a full Black Hawk helicopter in the first movie.
Yeah. Caesar took down a lot more than 100 people.
That is
He took down damn near. He took down a city.
And that's a smaller monkey.
That was what was he? You want to know?
So if you ran into a silverback gorilla, what would your reaction be?
Stay calm.
Why?
Don't make direct eye contact.
You can handle that motherfucker. He ain't that tall. I'm just talking shit.
That's just like the one rule. You never make direct eye contact with a gorilla.
Because it's gonna feel like you challenging him.
Yeah.
Man, look at the KB. Who doing
But you
what?
also remember it's 100 people.
Man.
100 people is still a lot.
It's
of
100
people.
people.
100
but
grown
listen,
men too.
Let me do my math. 100 grown men, right? In this 2025, they ain't got no guns. 80% of them through right there. 80% of them hoes anyway. 80% ain't on shit
95.
anyway. In today's world, it's so many hoe-ass men that all everybody do is shoot each other. And they now gonna fight a fucking gorilla. The humans are gonna fight each other while trying to fight him.
They're gonna be arguing mid-fight.
I think so.
Why you grab his legs?
There's a lot
because
of
I said I was
questions.
on his arms.
Are we just they're plopped in, boom? Or are we saying that do the humans have coordination? They have a week
They
to
have
prep.
to have,
Even
they
if
have
they
to have
had
coordination.
Give 'em a week. Give 'em
That's
a
the
week to
strength of
coordinate.
the human. If you're not gonna have the tools, at least you have your brains.
There's
Like,
no amount
there's
of
no way
brain
you're
power that's
out
destroying
physically
that.
For
a
sure.
gorilla.
So give him the week.
Yeah.
Give him the week. Now, what scheme are they putting together in a
Catch
week?
his ass while he
2-3
sleep.
zone.
Catch his ass while he sleep. Now
As soon
what?
as he wake up, he's
Catch his
ripping
ass while he
all
sleep.
100
We're changing the
yards
entire
apart.
dynamic now.
Even if he was
We
sleeping,
said we
waking
had
up.
some strategy.
Wait, do they have to kill him?
Yes.
Yes.
There's no other option. It's kill or be killed.
That's tough.
Y'all overrated.
Killing him with his bare hand. But
That's
it's
what I'm
100.
saying.
It's
It's
100. All you gotta do is stump
It's
him out.
100. Yeah.
All you gotta do is stump him out.
All you
Well,
gotta
no,
do is
cut off
stomp
his
him out.
circulation.
Kick the
Breath.
head.
Gotta choke him.
Good luck. You
Jalen
making this shit
Brunson
sound
is-
very.
But yeah,
He's up on a basketball
as soon as that gorilla feels any danger, I'm telling you, he finna do some shit like off the movies. He finna do one of these and throw everybody
people
off
don't
him.
realize in this situation is this right here, Darrick. And this is the art. This is what I'm. And I don't know. This is my. But I'm staying on this hill. What animals have is something that is something we have that animals don't have is a gift and a curse, which is deep sense. They have sense, but not like ours.
They got the wild sense.
Human element, Mike. Human element. Me and you could get 3 of the homies and go and approach somebody, tough as hell. And we all on go, we ready. If that person we approach is a black belt and the first person, he break Terrence's arm, the biggest dude in our, if we always say it, like we used to say,
used to
and we
think
go
about
out
that.
somewhere and we
Yeah.
get into it and Danny approach the dude and the dude knock out Danny, man, everybody else turn around and run.
I think that's my favorite thing in movies.
The gorilla, the first 5 people he fuck up, human element is going to knock into your brain and say, oh, this shit is fucking real.
Yeah.
The simulator, what they were showing in that was there is no IQ in humans.
They were just running.
They were just running. No. There's a fear factor in every human being that when it's up close and personal, and the 100 people don't have any experience in this, that gorilla is going to take the first 3 to 5 people. He's going to break their arm, bite their neck off, and they're going to die, and blood is everywhere.
Here's the counter.
They're going to be pushed to the wall.
Like World War II, a lot of them kids had no experience. They had no. It was flight or flight, fight or flight. I'm sure a lot of them would have wished they could, but in this hypothetical, there may not be a situation where you could turn back. If you was on that boat, you had to get out and you had to fight.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
maybe that feels the case.
It's
for
very
the people.
different when it's human to human combat versus a fucking gorilla. That's all I'm saying. Because
Also, the thing that's bothering
they
me,
got guns. They prepped for. You join the military boot camps. You prep for this for a long time.
Yeah, but to
Real
me, I think
strategy.
the thing that comes away from it though, too, in war, you probably still seeing that. You hear all the stories of PTSD where you seen that shit up close, where the dude you just trained for years or months with, he just died right next to you.
Yeah,
You still have to keep going,
for sure.
and that's still like
But how many people kept going
the majority of them do.
from what we think?
Yeah.
How many people do? There's also a lot of people that we don't know because we weren't there who probably stopped and they still died, but they stopped because
It's
they were
also,
so
again, it's
fucking
not-
scared that
it's-
they went in head and they tried to hide,
Yeah,
but
that-
somebody still found them.
Saving
and shot.
Private Ryan, that's like one of the first shots. So the kid is just like whimpering on the beach.
How many of those is the reality of it?
anything.
But we're not going to talk about that because we're not going to ever disrespect anybody that put their life on the line for the country.
No.
But
It's just a reality
It's
of
just
the,
a
it's
reality.
a
Here's the
reality of
thing.
the situation.
People are putting together the list. Here are my 100. I feel like that's unfair to the gorilla, right? So let's get the best gorilla. If you're going to have the 100 best people, this gorilla, the biggest gorilla ever recorded, was 9 feet tall and 700 pounds.
Is that Sasquatch?
No.
That dude looked like Sasquatch, what I'm
I
looking
mean,
at.
maybe, but it's not. I mean, it's a replica of him.
That's not even a
because
gorilla. That's an orangutan.
It says gorilla in the title.
That's literally an orangutan.
So we getting our best people. I seen some people
this
put
don't
the,
look
the
like
list
shit
together.
I just pulled up, KB.
That's
I'm
an
just saying
orangutan.
that it says gorilla.
That's an orangutan.
Okay, but then let's still get the biggest gorilla.
No, we want to get the one
Get
that
Titus. Get Titus.
we want the one that's gonna kill.
Look up Titus.
I
Titus
love
the
humans.
gorilla.
I love humans, but I'm rooting for the fucking gorilla because y'all got these wild animals fucked up.
Did y'all see somebody had posted a comment underneath
And
that?
also, I hate to say this,
Mm-hmm.
realistically, KB, we're not getting 100 fucking best. Aaron Donald ain't finna get in there and fight that damn thing for
They
y'all
said they just need
entertainment.
10 Samoan men and we good.
They actually might not be wrong.
Titus is the
all
biggest
right.
recorded.
Back in the day, man, we used to
Samoans
do
are
this shit where we
huge,
used to get down with them.
I done seen big motherfuckers get knocked on their fucking behind.
Yeah. No, but I was gonna say in
But
the comments or whatever,
thing
they
about
had
Samoans is they head, so they you're not knocking them out. Their heads are supposed to be built to steel.
Right.
They built supposed to.
Titus, the silverback gorilla. How about that? He was recorded to be the biggest silverback gorilla. He died in 2009, so rest in peace. He lived over 30 years though. That's pretty long.
What was his size like?
They said he was over 400 pounds and 7'4".
Is that is that captivity?
Yes.
Oh,
Here's a documentary, so maybe.
He was 7'4".
That boy
Yeah.
Wembanyama.
Zach Edey. Oh man, his face long as shit too.
He was a
looked
subject of
angry.
2008's
What was his name
PBS
again?
Nature BBC Natural World.
oh.
And he
Titus?
He had his own documentary.
You can see his
Titus,
family tree.
The Gorilla King.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 2 kids.
I wonder how they doing.
Did they end up being 7 foot?
I have no idea. Y'all gonna make me go back and watch Planet of the Apes though.
That boy Titus was getting it in.
Shit was so hey KB. Shit was so cold when they were on the bridge and it was foggy as hell.
Yeah, and
they
came
just
out of
climbing
nowhere.
up
Come on,
top.
man.
They
They
just
don't know
climb-
about that,
like,
man.
bro,
I saw Planet of the Apes. We went to see. I don't remember. I
Rewatched the whole.
might have to
series, man.
rewatch it.
At one by the
You
third
said that
movie,
shit
they
like it was
holding
one. You
guns.
said that shit like it was one.
No, it
movie.
was like 3 of them, right?
There's 3. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Woody
shit was
Harrelson's in
good.
The last
One of my favorite actors is in that, Matt Damon.
I love when he just says no. It's like his first word.
Yeah. Shout out to Caesar.
Man.
Rest
like
in
it-
peace to Caesar.
It's like if you took.
No, there's a new one. I didn't see the newest one. There's 4 movies. There's
The
the 3
Rise
with
of the
Caesars.
is it the
and
new Kingdom one? It's the
10
Kingdom.
Yeah, I
most
didn't care to
powerful
hear that.
gorillas in history.
I thought you did see that
No, I started. I never saw.
because
it.
it's got some big parts from Maurice
I'm
in there.
sure
And
it
I know you
does.
like Maurice.
The newest one, they don't even know who Caesar is.
It's a prequel. Oh no, it's so
Nah,
late
it's
in the
so-
future.
It's so
So
yeah,
far
it's in the
that
future.
we
It's in the
don't know what it
future.
is.
Yep. Yep.
No, KB right. That picture he showed, that was like when this is a 10 powerful gorillas in a thing. It showed that. You would think that's an orangutan. They're classifying it as a gorilla. So chill when my cousin say
That's
something
literally-
before we whip your ass in here. Show you how 4 brothers will get down on you.
4 Brothers. Good
Because
movie.
my
Like,
my
you ever seen
little
Four
brother
Brothers?
said how he
Yes.
feels, and
But
I
look.
ride with him, right or wrong or dead ass
I
wrong.
agree with
Ain't
you
that-
there. He looks like an orangutan.
Yeah, but that's-
there's 3 articles that saying the dude was close to a gorilla. So I don't know.
Yes. I don't know my gorilla background, but I'm just saying. That's
You know more than we do when it comes to animals.
way more.
But
Let me look at the comments. Maybe somebody said, I don't see nobody saying, no, that's an orangutan. Yeah.
Go
Growing
up
up in
on the
Milwaukee, I remember stories of Samson. He was remembered in honor for years after his death.
rest in peace, Harambe. While we here,
People were voting for him to be president.
Y'all want to hear about
Probably
my
was a
crazy
better
dream? I have reoccurring dreams.
mm-hmm.
Oh, for real?
Maybe like a few weeks ago, I had a dream that I was trying to get a new cat,
Damn.
and
Are you gonna make that a reality?
no, probably not. But I was trying to get a new cat, so I went to the little pet shop or whatever. And for some reason, in your dream, it makes sense.
Sure.
I was trying to get a cat. For some reason, dude told me he can give me a black leopard. And for some reason in my head, I'm like, yeah, bet. Like it was a baby black leopard. So I paid a bunch of money for it, whatever. It's a dream. Last night, I had a dream that I had the black leopard with me, right? It was a part of my pet. Like it was with Oreo and all that. I was trying to teach that shit as like a pet. That shit had me so scared that I was gonna die. Like imagine you playing with a cat, but it's a damn leopard. And I feel bad because I'm like, I just paid all this money for this leopard. I don't want to just like,
So your dreams are episodic.
yeah, they happen like that. I have a lot of reoccurring dreams.
That's pretty dope, though. I wish I could have episodic.
It don't happen till the dream is over with though.
Are
like
you
that
high
I
normally?
most of the time, yeah. But I think they said it's usually when you stop smoking, your dreams are a little bit more vivid.
I saw a dude who has I seen this one guy who had a monkey as a pet, and he was talking about it. He was like, a lot of people think they can handle it, but they're not prepared for the reality that one day you're gonna actually have to fight your monkey, like your primate, because naturally their thing is to challenge the leader. So like they're gonna try to fight you one day, and you have to be prepared for that day. And that's what people aren't prepared for.
Why would you even want to be in that?
And then he said that doesn't, once you do it, that doesn't mean it's gonna stop. It may happen again. So like they're gonna probably challenge you in the future.
So when they out in the rainforest or whatever, as they little
yeah.
group or
They challenge the leader, yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
challenge-
challenge. Yeah.
That's what
That's
Koba
what happened.
did.
That happened in a Planet of the Apes too.
Koba did that to you?
No, Koba is named after an ape.
Oh, I thought Koba got on that with you wasn't it?
Imagine.
KB
We
would have
named Koba based on the movie.
KB would have got beat up.
Koba's a sweetheart. Too much of a sweetheart, actually.
Yeah, Kobe was raw.
He is
I'm talking about
suburban dog.
I'm talking about the gorilla Kobe. He was
Who
raw.
you tell? I
is-
named my damn dog after him. I fuck with Kobe.
My dog is a suburban dog too.
But Kobe
But she
also
definitely
do
thinks
people
she from out
do
west.
people dirty though too. So you gotta watch your dog.
What y'all pets is?
What do you mean?
He a Berman boy. So like he in that middle of the suburbs of the city.
No, my dog is actually from Ohio, Baltic, Ohio.
Oh wow.
How the
Middle of nowhere.
fuck she get over here? I don't know.
No, Kobe's from Kentucky. Like he was born in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ended up in the pound over this way somehow, and we adopted him. Now.
My first dog, Charlie, I felt like he was like Spanish.
Why do you get that assumption?
Because
His
I got-
accent.
No. Because like
Is it
Bark.
Bach?
Bark.
Bach.
nah, because
Rough.
he would know Spanish words like if you told him that, but he also came from like one of my aunts who was married to like somebody who was Spanish.
Oh.
So like he had a little bit of the background. So he was like he was mixed. He was mixed.
I'm sure he was.
He was bilingual.
Yeah.
He wasn't mixed.
Yeah, he
Well,
wasn't.
wasn't he a mutt though?
I think he was.
He's
Charlie
both.
was a month.
He's
Yeah.
mixed and bilingual. Bilingual is one of the coolest things you can be. I'm so jealous of people that know
and
multiple
everything.
languages.
Yeah, that's how we raising Ivy to be
Yeah.
bilingual.
That's
smart.
dope.
That's too smart.
How if you not bilingual?
He's the
my
English
fiance.
teacher.
Yeah, my fiance
Oh,
knows
yeah.
Spanish, but also I'd say little words to her like leche and stuff like that, and
What that is?
milk.
For real?
All right, because that's
You
the
said
ice-
leche?
Leche.
Ain't this how
Every
they say?
time I see leche, I didn't know that was milk.
Did you not take a language in high school?
I did, but I got a
I
Spanish
didn't.
too.
How the hell did you not get to leche?
That's like Spanish 1.
That's Spanish 1, week 2.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do.
How do you say?
How do you say
How you say? Pistons?
how do you say
I don't know.
How you say Pistons?
Pistons. The unique names are usually themselves.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You would say something in Spanish, and Detroit Pistons still is Detroit Pistons.
So, yeah, sometimes.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. DJ Pistons.
Pistones.
how do you say it's the blank for me in Spanish?
Oh, I don't know.
It's the blank para
asking
mí.
You,
There
like
you
I barely passed Spanish 1, so
I did not take a language in all 4 years. They said
that's crazy because they made us do it.
Yeah, they got it there until you had to do that shit just for me to. I never did it. I wouldn't lie to you.
Oh, that's crazy because they made it. They like emphasized it.
Exactly.
Like
I got to the point where I was telling them I told like my counselor like, man, I ain't.
yeah.
She was like,
Hey,
man,
all that aside though, still do that language though. That shit is fun.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
was
useful.
fake hype for it. I did
It's
4
useful.
years. I did
It's-
4
even if
You
you
did
don't
4
learn a
years of
lot, it's
same
just good to
language?
know.
Spanish. Yeah.
Oh, you did all 4 years of Spanish? Oh wow.
Why you looking
ask me
like
some
that?
shit.
because
I ain't got
you,
the answer to
You
it.
telling us you ain't no milk, so I can't ask you shit.
Because,
you
I
talking about
mean-
it's good to do it.
I still like there's still
Say
stuff I
thank
still
you.
picked up. Gracias.
Say
You ain't even
welcome.
know
Say
they-
hamburger.
Ew, hamburger.
Say you welcome. Say you welcome.
They don't, bro.
That's-
no,
that's a
they don't
joke.
know.
That's
They don't know that's a joke,
Say you
bro.
welcome.
They don't.
Okay, you locked in a little
Yeah.
bit.
When I worked at Goodwill, there was a lot of
Say
Hispanics
red.
over there.
He said L him.
Red, rojo.
Red, the color. Oh, okay.
Come on now, I know my basics except
Okay,
for
I see
leches.
it. Except for leche. Every basic except for leche.
But now I know leches. So,
Say dookie.
Dookie,
basura.
Basura.
caca.
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 Wait, what is basura?
Garbage can.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yo, your ass basura. We gonna go somewhere. We gonna go hoop in the Spanish neighborhood. I'm gonna be like, they're like, your friend play? Basura. Caca.
All right. We appreciate y'all watching. or
No.
listening. Nope.
Unplugged. I got a great fucking question.
Okay.
I was asked this question. Shout out to my boy Combo. I did this podcast and he asked me this is non-basketball related and it threw me off the spot. What are y'all opinions and takes on favors?
On favors?
Like-
Favors.
I don't. Depending on who you are, I don't really expect anything in return, unless like it's something big.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you told me, "Hey, can I borrow $100?" I'm not gonna sweat you for it, especially if you like a loved one or a friend or something.
Off
Oh.
top, I don't know if I've ever done a favor with the idea of it being reciprocated. Like if you tell me that you're gonna pay me back, of course I expect it then. But if Mike say I need you to help me move my couch, I'm not going into it being like, yup. But in 3 months when I need him to help, I don't do it that way.
Yeah, no, I don't do it that way either. Like,
How often do y'all ask for favors?
I ask all the
Almost
time.
never.
I think
I'm
it's
with KB. I'm almost never.
well. I mean, I think I look at it a little bit different. Like every day, I'll probably be like, Elena, can you do me a favor? Like,
I'm
can you-
sorry. I take that back. I asked my mom like to watch my dog. I guess.
I don't really ask for big favors. I wouldn't say that. When I feel like it's very rare that I ask for something that's actually like gonna take away from you.
I think me not asking for favors, if we want to get deep, makes it feel like I'm not close to anybody enough to do it. Like we had the thing that happened for our linear show a few weeks back, and we needed somebody to watch our kid because we had the show and my wife had to go do something. And I was like, shit, should I call my dad? My dad is 5 minutes away, and I knew he was off this day. But I still felt kind of weird asking for that favor. I think that's more of a indication of our relationship maybe not being as tight as it should be. Because it shouldn't be a problem for me. Like, you can watch every 4 hours while I go to work, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Or is that also like, as a parent, even though like you may not want to ask everybody to watch your kid.
For sure.
So like I also feel like that could be a thing too. Like
it's a lot of responsibility to watch a kid, even if it is just for an hour.
And I do feel a little bit of a way when somebody always needs a favor done for them, or they don't feel a problem with just asking, and not being able to do some shit for themselves.
That's my new revelation.
One of my New Year's resolutions was to ask more.
Yeah.
Not necessarily favors, but like, what's the worst thing I got? One thing I admire Darrick about, he's not afraid to ask some shit in the meeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, can y'all think y'all can book LeBron?
Yeah, see, I'm not envious. Derrick be asking crazy shit. I get what you mean, but Derrick be asking crazy.
You just gotta sometimes just ask.
No, for sure. But sometimes they'll tell us what they'll ask. And their response will definitely be like, don't ask for LeBron. And your ass will not get the hint. And like, yeah, what's LeBron doing? Like,
that's usually only during All-Star weekend. You know, everybody in town, so you got to put your
You asked for J. Cole once, I'm pretty sure.
I did.
Randomly. I knew you threw their ass a curveball. They had a notepad that said players. It said J. Cole. They had to rip out a new page and write rappers.
Also, one of my New Year's resolutions was to say no more. Because typically, if somebody asks me for a favor, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the cases, the favors are like monetary.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, I was going to say
And a
they're small.
$30 favor to me means nothing. But for the person that's asking, it might mean the world. So I usually just say
agree,
yes.
but it's not a principle. I've had people ask me for $20 shit, and I used to have the same mindset. I was like, yeah, I got $20. But then when I look at our text thread and it's only you asking for shit,
That's what we was just talking about 2 days ago.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That $20 now means the world to me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you probably can't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I also look at
Because you just acting like I just got unlimited. Like,
and
you
I
just
also
forget
look
all
at the
my
response
shit.
of certain things.
Mhm.
If I'm telling you, yeah, I see that you're texting, you have no problem continuing to ask. What's the response like if I tell you no? Or if I tell you no, there's no text.
Yeah. Right.
You go back and forth with them. Maybe I got you, or give me an hour. Motherfucker text all day. You say no, the motherfucker won't like the no. They won't say, oh, okay, that's fine. Appreciate you.
Let me get to
anyway.
the next person.
Yep, that's it. Literally.
Yeah. Let me get to the next
So it's
person.
like, and a lot of times
They be going through their rounds for sure.
a lot of times I be feeling like I get asked from people that I can't remember last time motherfucker did anything for me.
My little sister got caught doing that. She wasn't there. This was at the gender reveal or whatever. And I was like, yeah, man, I wish Maddie was here. And I was fake saying, she owed me $10. She hit me up for some Portillo. And my sister's like, shut the fuck up. She hit you up too? And we looked at the text and it was copy pasted. She ain't even had a wherewithal to switch up a word or two, just copy the paste.
My
We
little
both said
sister has
$10.
definitely done that before.
Like, damn.
She go to her dad's house and then she asked my mom for some Wingstop. Then my mom say, nah, she go right to me, Wingstop. Yeah. It's been times my mom was like, no, don't get ass no Wingstop. She already asked me. I'm like, damn. But yeah,
Favors is a weird. It's a good conversation.
It's a weird. Yeah, it's extremely weird. Cause I'm also like kind of like you. I don't ask for them. Cause to be honest with you, I don't want people really asking me for shit. Ask me for things when you really need it, or if we have a relationship. But I don't like. I get uncomfortable with people I don't have a relationship ask me for shit.
I remember,
because I
bro,
wouldn't ask you. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking y'all because we do a podcast.
Yeah.
But like people that I don't really talk to, I wouldn't be comfortable.
But
Like
I vividly remember you saying like, this might have been like 5 years ago, but somebody was something to deal with favors, and you're like, I think somebody DM'd you, and you texted them back like, man, if you can't tell me my birthday, don't ask me for shit.
don't ask me for nothing.
And I just always remember that because like, yeah, how do you don't even know me?
What's my middle name?
Jerry.
I would do a favor for bro.
Jerry.
You feel me? Like you'll have people who you went to high school with 11 years ago hit DM you like, what's your number? I'm gonna be at the draft combines. So? The fuck? You feel like not even on no rude. I'm not even trying to come off as rude, but it's just like I just wouldn't feel myself. I wouldn't feel comfortable when you know what I'm saying. When I'm not seeing people doing they shit from afar who I may have went to school with, but we ain't like that. I wouldn't be like, hey man,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which you'll get on this song with Flip. Like no, it's just like I don't know. So when it's just an uncomfortable thing because it's like I don't, you know. It's only a beneficiary relationship then. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because when I ain't got shit, before the podcast blew up, those first 5-7 years from high school, I didn't hear from you. Now it's like, you know, you gonna be an all-star? Yeah, but it ain't nothing. It's also that other thing too. I think people look at us and they think shit be more than what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna be at all-star, but I ain't shit I can do for you at all-star.
I can do shit for myself.
Yeah, I might be at the floor at Summer League. But don't tell me you coming to Summer League because you think because you know me, you gonna be on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? No,
Going to Summer League trying to get off somebody else is crazy.
Yeah, that's just how
you remember we went to that Bulls game, KB? Somebody asked if I had a ride back.
Yes, bro. One of the craziest
shit like that. I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing that. I've never felt comfortable doing that. How you getting back home? I've never been that person that's asking people.
I would never go somewhere
and not have
a way back.
Only people I'm comfortable asking to ride or ride back with is the people I'm asking Ontario.
I did it once.
To
you did?
strangers?
In 8th grade. Not to strangers, but to people we went to school with.
Okay.
Where like it was a party, if you will. But it's 8th grade, so it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a party. And my dad was like, I could drop you off, but I got to go to work at 12. So if you don't call me before 11:30, I'm going to work, and you have no way to get home. He was looking
at that phone all night.
And I was like,
fun.
I was having a lot of fun. I'm looking around like, who live by me that's around him? And I'm like, D'Angelo, how you getting home? He said, shit, I don't know. We in this shit together then. Golly.
Hey, that's so funny because y'all lived in the same complex.
When
he
you
probably looked at me thinking I was his ride.
And you was looking at him. The best thing though is when you that young, as long as you ain't going through it by yourself. Yeah. As long as y'all had each other, if y'all could have fucking walked together, y'all would have been cool. But when you in that hole by yourself, how I'm gonna get home? Man.
We did, obviously we got home.
Do you remember how?
Yeah. I'll tell you after. I mean, ain't nothing crazy. I just don't want to name drop somebody that's not friends with us.
For sure. But yeah, that was a good question he asked. He threw me a curveball and he's like, what do you feel about favors? I was like, that's a good fucking question. I'm not against them because I'm a giving person, but I'm also knowing that I'm so much of a giver that if I don't stand my ground, motherfucker will take everything from me. Yeah. Like KB, you got to start finding a way
My
to
mama
say
had
no.
to tell me that recently.
Was you say yeah too much?
Yeah, she was like, if such and such asks you for money, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I used to hate that about myself when I was young. My mom told me my whole life, I don't know if I did something or if she just knew or she was speaking it, but you a giver, you got a big heart. You used to tell me that all the time. Then I started getting to a place, I'm like, man, fuck that. I don't want to, I ain't gonna lie. A couple times when I was young, I'm like, I don't even want to be no motherfucking giver. Fuck that. When somebody gonna give me some shit?
I had someone DM me talking about, can I hold, I don't remember that, but they asked me for some money and they was like, you know I'm good for it. And I was like,
actually,
I don't. I've never.
Is it a fan or a person?
It was a family. It was old family that I hadn't talked to. And I was just like, I legitimately don't know if you're good for it. Yeah. I haven't talked to you in so long.
Was it a woman or a man?
Man.
That's the thing I hate too. I hate sounding that way, but I don't really like loaning men shit. Because it's like, go get it.
Yeah, I got a weird relationship with that too.
Go get it. Because then I just be seeing shit. You know what I mean? People ask you shit, then you go online and they like smoking. It's like, no, hell no. You know what I'm saying? And when it's a homeless person, you give them the money, do whatever you do. But like, don't be a person that's getting fly every day and then hitting me up for $50. But you got a brand new outfit on. I feel a way about that when I know you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Homeless person, I don't know what they doing with the money. But you decide. But my cub KB talking about, P, let me get 70. Go back and KB like, yeah, I just made 2 new bills on his Snap story. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all, this is my small forward and my power forward. I'll be honest. I would definitely be like, wait, he asked me for 70. Obviously, I'm using KB as they would never need me to give him 70. But
bro, I got a dude that be in my stream. I ain't even finna say his name because he know it is who he is. Every time his sub run up, man, who got the subs? Who got $5? Who got $5 when he
That
subbed
is
up?
genius and crazy at the
When
same
he
time.
subbed up though, the last somebody else asked that or talk about money, bro, you broke as hell.
Oh,
you
he-
broke, man. Get your
He be
money up,
trolling?
bro.
Oh man.
He got to be trolling.
Yeah,
Probably.
Once I say, I'm gonna tell you the name after. You gonna be like, oh, I know who it is.
Sound like I got to guess, but we appreciate y'all. Another great episode of Numbers on the Board. We will be back Saturday with more playoff talk. Make sure between then you tune in to Small Ball with Kenny Beecham and T.P. Andreessen, and also
Tag team talk with me and Reese.
with D. Millie and Manda Reese, and Mike will be streaming in between that. Mike been here. Tune in, tap
Tonight.
in. You know what it is. We gone.